night and Sunday nights. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Some busy spots on the interstate for the 9 o'clock hour, starting on the south end of town, I-25 northbound. Watch out for some brief congestion just after 225. North of there, I-25 southbound, some slow driving between Broadway and Colorado Boulevard. The big news out west into the high country, I-70 westbound has been reopened through the Eisenhower Tunnel. It was closed for the last hour or so due to ice buildup. Looks like things are clearing right out. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, windy out there today, folks. High 39, overnight low of 14, and we're expecting scattered snow showers throughout the high country and metro areas tomorrow. The current temperature in Denver is 35 degrees with your Impact Traffic and Weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll have the story of David George, the slave who founded the Black Baptist Church. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Why does Frank Duran, the real estate man, get top value for the homes he sells?
Because I take the personal time. Every single listing I go on, I video the property. Then I study the film, I study the competition, and literally look at the strengths and weaknesses we have versus the competition. That's how we determine the peak price.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, urging you to use Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. With RE/MAX Alliance, 303-920-1622. That's 920-1622.
Inflation?
Yeah, I still hate it.
Inflation salvation.
Save me with some cash.
Oh my God.
Keep listening every weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for your chance to win $1,000. Just listen for the hourly keyword, then enter it at khow.com. Sponsored by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, it's Rick Lewis. When you're in a wreck, call the attorneys I trust at Lerner & Rowe. The consultation is free and they don't charge you a penny until they settle your case.
Call Lerner & Rowe. Those guys are great. Call 303-333-8888.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. That's money. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show, the only, and I mean that, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. My goal in life is to make your life just a little bit better. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. We have recovered to the tune of over 300, listen to that number, $300 million cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds directly due to this show. When we've got an open line, I'll let you know, but here's the bottom line. We like getting involved. We use the power of the media to go after the scumbags. I'll put it like it is. We talk a little bit about local stuff when it's in the news, but our main goal in life is to solve problems. Bad contractors, bad landlords. At a minimum, we can expose these crooks and let everybody know to beware when they're in the same room. We also love putting the spotlight on good companies, and we do that through referralist.com. I digress. Here's a number, 303-MARTINO. It's the only number you need to know. In fact, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell your loved ones, hell, tell strangers. I don't care who it is. 303-MARTINO. Now, you can always email us at help@troubleshooter.com as well. Let's jump right to the phones. Kelly, I'm going to go to Gretchen first because she's an outbound. That means she called 303-MARTINO, left a message either this morning or last night or when we got off the air yesterday, and we try to go to the outbounds before we go to anybody. Gretchen, what is going on?
Well, my father moved out to Colorado last November and bought a house, and I'm on the mortgage, so it's my mortgage too. And we're trying to sell it. He moved back to Michigan, and we're trying to sell the house. And when my realtor went to put it on the market, she said, oh, I see he refinanced in May of 2023. We bought the house in November of 2022.
Got it.
I said, that's ridiculous. Of course we didn't refinance. I'm on the mortgage. He would have had to talk to me about it. And it's a VA loan, and neither one of us have been in the military. So I said,
well, well, hold on a second. You must know by now who refied it, whose name's on it.
I don't actually have any of that information. I couldn't find it on the it's not on the website on the El Paso County. And so we were working with Empire Title, and Empire Title said, we can't do this. So they sent it to Homelight Title, who had sold me the title insurance that had a clear title.
Oh, my goodness.
And so
when you go to the county, do you actually see any other names? Have you gone to the assessor's office?
I've gone to the Spatialist website, and there is nothing else. They have the people who I think I bought it from, and I'm assuming it's them, or I think they were flippers, and so it might be the previous owner. So
wait a second. You're saying the previous owner might have had a loan on this a second that you guys, the title insurance, missed.
Well, it didn't get filed until May of 2023.
Yeah, but this is, it doesn't, well, hold on though. Was it from the previous owners? That's what you got to figure out. Let's do this. We need just more information. I got to see how this title went. Kelly, can you get Frank Duran on, please? Keep going. Go ahead. You had something to say.
Well, I can tell you from Homelight Title, they say they have paid this loan off. And they paid it off prior to my closing when I bought the house.
Okay.
And
but it's still showing up.
It's still showing up.
Well, then they should be able to remove it. That's not that hard.
Well, that's the problem. We were supposed to close on December 29th. And Freedom Mortgage, who is supposedly the mortgage company, and the VA are pointing fingers, but nobody's taking it off. And
how much is it? How much are we talking? Can you bond around it?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, how much is it? How much is it showing as owed?
Yeah, they aren't telling me anything. I can't get a straight answer out of anybody. That's why I called you.
God, we've got to get an O&E on this. I got to figure out what is going on. Let me see. Kelly, did you get Frank up? All right, 303-713-8255. Let me pull up Frank Duran. No, I think she's trying to call him. Hold tight. I've got some ideas. We're going to get this figured out for you. The first thing we got to do is figure out what encumbrances are actually on that property. Frank's going to pull an O&E. We'll probably have that information back within a couple hours. Then I can make a lot better decisions, and we'll even get our attorney involved, Brad O'Brien.
Homelight Title is telling me they're trying to talk to their underwriter to see if we can close, but we have a buyer. We were supposed to close December 29th.
No, this puts you in a predicament. There's something totally wrong here. But I've got to see the O&E. I want to know what's actually being reported at this very second. Hold tight. Just hold on. I want to get our expert on, then I'm going to come back to you, Gretchen. But honestly, we're going to help you through this, and I'm hoping we can do it by the end of the show at 2 o'clock. I really am. Now, Sandy, what is going on with your hot tub?
So in June of last year, I bought a hot tub from, what's the name of the place? Right there in Denver on Nome Street, Aqua Living Spas.
Okay, never heard of them, but go ahead.
Yeah, little tiny company, spouts were all over, blah, blah. I like the sales guy. I have a back and neck injury, so I wanted a hot tub with just 2 lounge chairs for my daughter who also has.
All right,
really
so it's a
back.
small tub.
So a small tub, $9,000. I order it. I tell them, I want handles on it. I want this. I want that.
Yeah, custom. Yeah.
Exactly. So finally, it shows up. The minute we put water in it, it started leaking.
Where's it leaking? Is it leaking? So it's not like it's cracked. It's leaking probably one of the connections inside of the unit.
Well, and so all I could tell is it was on the northwest side corner.
How much water are we talking is coming out of it?
It was not a ton, but it was there all day, every day.
Does more water come out when it's circulating?
Yeah, but it gets better. So I call them. The guy I bought it from has been fired.
Yeah.
They tell me. So now I'm going to talk to a.
Well, whoever you're
vice
talking to,
president.
what are they saying? It doesn't matter who works there. I mean, they should be handling this.
He says, no, it's not leaking. And I said, so I'm nuts, and that the water that's out there on my concrete, there's nowhere else it could come from.
What's he saying? You're splashing it out? What?
He's patronizing me and talking to me like it's condensation, and it's like, I'm not
How much
dumb.
do you
That's
have
not
pictures?
condensation.
Do you have pictures of how much water? I mean, I've got a hot tub. I know what's normal.
Yes. So they send a repairman out. He says there is no leak, but there's damage to the walls inside from water. And I'm like, but if it's not leaking, why are the walls damaged?
Yeah, why?
Right? So he goes on, he takes pictures, he gives them to them, and then they tell me, oh, no, he said there's no leakage.
Wait a
so we're not
second.
doing
Stop.
anything.
Does he work for that company, or he's like independent,
he
works
was
for
a
the
third
manufacturer?
Well, they told me he was third party. That I don't know.
What's the name of this company? What's the name of these clowns that for some reason don't believe the guy they sent out? He actually told you there's some problems with the hot tub, right?
Yes.
And they're saying, well, we understand there's problems, but we're not going to do crap. Is that really what you're saying?
That's what they were saying.
Okay, who is it? What's the name of this company?
So it's Aqua Living Spas.
What's their
in
phone
Denver.
number? No, don't give it out yet. Hold on. Aqua Living Spas in Denver, right?
Yeah, they're on Nome Street.
Let me see if I can find them here. Aqua Living Factory Outlets. Does that sound right?
Yep.
Let me see where they're at, though. You're saying they're on Nome Street. Bingo, I got them. Kelly, I want you to call these people, and let's try to get them on the air before I go insane and just listen to everything she's saying without giving these guys a chance. Let's see what we can figure out. Everybody hold tight. I got to take a break. Aqua Living Factory Outlets. Let's try to get them on. Suzanne, here's the phone number on my screen to give to Kelly, and let's get these clowns. Well, I'm not even going to go there yet. Everybody hold on.
Paid actor portrayal.
Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. In 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected.
Ethos fast and easy online term life insurance up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions.
We're doing Mark first. You know, I want to tell you about Mark Szymanski. He owns Genesis Total Exteriors. When we needed our house painted, guess who I called? I called Mark. When we needed work done and an estimate on some stucco, guess who I called? I called Mark. Anything with the outside of your house, I absolutely love Mark Szymanski. I want to ask you something, though, Mark. In all seriousness, we've talked stucco in the past. What are the different options? Tell people out there, and why stucco?
Well, I tell you what, Mark, stucco is just a great option. Number one, it increases the value of your house. I mean, this makes a dramatic impression. When you drive up and you see a house with stucco, you say, wow, that's a really nice-looking house. The great thing about stucco is we can go over existing wood siding. We can't go over vinyl siding, so that would have to be pulled off.
But you can go over wood siding, such as, like, let's say, hardy board.
Hardy board, you can go over fiberboard. You can go over any of the
anything,
the man-made products.
Wouldn't that increase if you were going over something like that? Wouldn't that actually increase the R value in the house too?
Yeah, it increases a little over one R value.
Nice.
It still helps with your energy.
And how about affordability compared to looking at some of these other products for a replacement? We know stucco looks gorgeous, but affordability.
Yes, it's very affordable. People are always shocked when they say, "Oh my God, I could do this for about the same cost as putting all new siding on my house." Especially if you're looking at a James Hardy product or something like that, that's very expensive.
I love it, Mark. I swear to God, I love what you guys do at Genesis Total Exteriors. Anybody out there that needs a quote, especially on stucco, but anything to do with the exterior of your house. He has done work for me. It's been fabulous. I love the company. We've been talking about them forever. Their number is 303-679-8509. Give them a call right now, 303-679-8509. That's Genesis Total Exteriors. I want to tell you about Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. These guys put it all together for you. You sit down with them, you tell them where you're at in life, where you want to be when you retire. They're going to talk about the income strategies, the investment strategies. How about the tax ramifications? Where should I take money out from? How about health care? And then, of course, they'll even dive into the legacy, what you want to leave to whom and how. I love these guys. You got to sit down with them. They're going to give you honest, free advice. You can call them. You can set up an appointment, a consultation. There is no charge whatsoever for it. If you're thinking of retirement, I want you to give them a call. 970-663-3211, 970-663-3211, or rpcenter.com. Now, I need to tell you about Denver Regen. Listen to this, $250 a month. You want to lose weight? I'm going to put it to you like this. You want to sit on your ass and not exercise? Listen to what I'm saying. $250 a month. They have that new weight loss drug. Everybody else is charging over $1,000 a month. The doctor's visits included, the consultation, and the bottom line is $250 a month. They're going to give you all the medication. They're going to give you the consultation. They're going to be there if you have questions. I'm telling you, give these guys a call. It's the best deal out there. It's all the rage right now with the best pricing. 720-583-1648 or Denver Regen. That's denverregen.com.
Did you hear me about YouTube?
It's good.
It's good. It's good.
All right, what's going on, Shannon? Yeah. Oh, no problem, man. I didn't know it was me till 5 a.m., bro. I'm gonna tell everybody out there, Tom's probably going to kill me for doing this. He deleted, it's back and it's okay now, but he deleted a lot of shit on accident. And when I say a lot of shit, I mean you name it, it got deleted. He was up all night. He was up. The last text I got from him was before 5 a.m.
Wow.
Now ask me if it kept me up. Yes. How many do I have? Shannon, can you do me a favor and keep not just that, but keep track of the lives? No. Yeah. Well, here, I know you'll stay ahead of it there. What I'm asking, though, is at the end of each hour, would you tell me how many lives I did for that hour? It might be a world record today. Cool. Okay, Frank Duran's on. Good. Joe, we're going to get to it. I want to talk about all the, not just... we're back up. All right, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. I'll say that number again when the line's open. Ripped off, taken advantage of, got any questions? Kelly, were you able to get the people over at the hot tub, whatever the heck it's called, or you haven't called yet? What'd they say? So what? Okay, and I'm not upset at you, but that's the dumbest ass answer I've ever heard from them. So what they're telling you is, this guy's a customer. We no longer have these employees, so this customer is screwed. You know what? I've got to say... You know what? Sandy, how many times have you called over there? I don't care who you've talked to. How many times? Sandy?
Yes.
How many times have you called over there?
About a dozen.
A dozen times, and they're just done, huh? They're saying these guys know. Are they really saying they no longer work here, so we're not going to do anything?
Well, so when I called yesterday,
yeah,
they have the phone rolled to their warehouse in Tennessee. So I thought, I'll send an email. They blocked my email.
Okay, these guys are jerks. I can honestly say this. In my opinion, Aqua Living Factory Outlets, that's at least what they're called on Google, suck on Nome Street. These guys absolutely suck. I'd like to get Wind River to go out and figure out what's going on with this hot tub. Do you have the information on the independent guy they sent out? Do you have some kind of report from them?
I don't.
You know,
he would not give me his name. He didn't have.
Why? I don't want to yell at you, but for Christ's sake, why do you deal with these people? Aqua Living Factories. I'm not going to beat you up on it. Let's move on from that point. I want folks out there listening right now to do me a favor. Call these clowns. You know what? I want you to be nice, so don't be mean. I wouldn't want you to do that. I want you to call them up, and I want you to say, how come you won't handle the hot tub that's leaking at Sandy's house? It's very straightforward. That's all I want. Sandy, just hold tight. 303-285-9277. Aqua Living Factory Outlets. Let me say something, folks. That's what makes this show powerful. It's people like you right now listening going, should I call and help out? Yes, you should. This poor woman bought a hot tub that's been leaking from day one. Apparently, the company sent out an independent expert that said it's damaged on the inside. It's easy to tell if it's leaking. There's freaking water. And she's saying it's not splashed. But you got an independent contractor that went out, according to Aqua Living Factory Outlets, he was independent, and said there was damage. Now these jerks, and I say that because that's my opinion, they're suck-ass jerks, won't do anything. When we call up, you know what they said? Kelly, tell everybody what these jerks said again. Yeah, and every time she calls, including yesterday, they tell her to pound sand, and then on top of that, they blocked her email, and this is all according to Sandy.
Hey, Mark, how about if I try right now to get a three-way? I'll call up with Sandy on the phone.
You can try, but I don't think, I would love that, Doc.
I'm going to do that right now.
Deputy Doc, go do that in the other room. I would love that. And I would love any listener to call 303-285-9277 and see if you can get through. Maybe Kelly doesn't have the tact. Maybe. I know that's not true, but maybe that's the issue today. 303-285-9277. I want to get this solved. I don't want to just talk about it and scream about it. I want these guys to get out there and fix something if it's broke. I want to know what that damage was. But Sandy, you should have actually asked the guy who told you it's damaged. You should have said, oh, can you write it up? Can you give me something?
And that's my bad.
All right. Listen, Sandy, Kelly's going to get all your information. We've got a lot going on this in the background. Deputy Doc is going to be calling you off air in a minute. He's going to make a three-way call and try to get these clowns at Aqua Living Factory Outlets to step up and do what's right, or do anything for that matter. So you hold tight. I want to make sure Kelly has your phone number and everything else. And once again, listeners, please, this is where we need help. This is what makes this show so great. You call them up and you're nice. Simple as that. You're giving them an online review, or I'm sorry, a over-the-phone review. Hey, we're listening to Mark and the Troubleshooter show talk about you right now, and apparently, Sandy, you guys sent out an expert. He said it's damaged and it's leaking, and you guys won't do anything for her. You won't talk to anybody about it. You won't do anything according to Sandy. What the hell's your problem? Actually, I'd say, what's the issue? Maybe that's a better way to phrase it. 303-285-9277. That's Aqua Living Factory Outlets. 303-285-9277. Shannon, you know where I'm going to go. We might have to cut a nice commercial for these folks and play it every hour on the hour until they do something. I'm sick and tired of people just saying, you know what? I realize COVID, and I realize all these liberal policies, and everybody's all pussyfoot and all this stuff now. I get all that. You know what? I can change like everybody else. But here's the bottom line. When you spend $5-6 grand on a spa that's leaking, and then the guy they send out says it's damaged on the inside, I'm not going to let you just wipe your hands of it anymore. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire, you jerks. Ronnie, what's going on with you?
Hello?
Hey, Ronnie, how are you?
Oh, good. I'm good, Mark. How are you? I'm glad I got you riled up because I'm riled up.
Oh, God, thanks. That's what I need, a heart attack at 10:28. Go ahead.
There you go. All right. So Living Spaces, a new store in Thornton that advertises home goods. My husband purchased a painting for me on December 7th. They said they couldn't sell him the floor one. It was sold, but they would. There's one in the warehouse. They'll get it shipped. It'll get there before Christmas. 9 days. 9 days. When he didn't receive it in 9 days, he contacted them again. He had to contact them through email. They said that that it should be delivered by the 15th.
Hey, how much is this? How much was this picture?
$653.
So $653, and I assume you pay for it on a credit card when you order it, and then they said they were going to ship it.
Right. And so after 19 phone calls dealing with them canceling the order on 12/29, they won't refund our money until they talk with, at first it's the vendor, then it's drop ship. When we went in the store to get our money back, he said he couldn't do anything, that they had to deal. I said, we didn't deal with drop ship. We dealt with you, the store. You need to refund our money. So we did went ahead and did a dispute on our credit card, which could take until March. And so we're waiting on that. We've continued to call Living Spaces.
Do you guys want the actual? Do you guys want the actual painting at this point?
We don't want to deal with them at all.
And how
They're
long?
not gonna
I'm
refund
sorry.
our money.
I'm sorry, Ronnie. My brain's getting back together here. How long has it
December
been from
7th.
the day you ordered it?
December 7th.
So December 7th. Oh my God, this is so.
And everybody says, yeah, refund the money. Hello. I don't understand.
All right, here's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
I think we can handle this one pretty quickly. I don't know much about this company. All the reviews I just looked up. I mean, this is a big company. This isn't like Aqua Spas. It sucks. I think this company should just simply refund it. Deputy Doc, I'm going to load you up today. Living Spaces. I know you were out making a call. We'll get that update in a little bit, but hold on. Living Spaces in Thornton. It's a big home furnishing store. This lady bought a picture from them online, $600+ December 7th. It's been over a month, as we can see. It still doesn't show up. She wants a freaking credit on her credit card. This should be a no-brainer. If this was Walmart, if this was any other place I could imagine, this would have been done already.
I'm on it.
Absolutely.
All right, hold tight. Kelly, make sure we have her information. Let's free that line up for now, and then we're going to get Deputy Doc. He's making that call as we speak. And we're going to get an update. Deputy Doc, I think, reached out to the hot tub jerks, and we're going to find out what they said to him right after this. K&H only, right?
I hope.
K&H Home Solutions, they got into the bathroom business. I love the fact they did this. If you're looking for that new bathroom, they're going to send their crew out there. They're going to do all the measurements. They're going to give you an estimate that's going to blow your mind. If you've been putting off that new bathroom for a while and you thought it was too expensive, you got to call the folks at K&H. It's a free estimate. These guys have been around since 1956. We've been talking about them for, well, I'm not going to say that long, but close to it. KHWindows.com, KHWindows.com.
Blah, blah, blah. Hey, babe. Yeah. What everyone is saying is they can hear callers, they can hear you. They can't hear Kelly or Shannon when they're on air or off air.
That's a Shannon thing.
That's a Shannon problem. Got it.
Shannon,
Hey.
you fixing that?
Shannon.
I'll get on that pronto.
Thank you. Pronto. That's my word of the day.
Uh-huh.
Pronto.
I'm not really a pronto guy. Have you
Oh,
noticed
sorry.
that? That's okay.
I didn't mean it in that way. Not like,
understand.
hey, snap to it.
Oh, you saw him
Snap
coming
to
in
it,
there.
Shannon.
It's over. I hope you got enough liquid in that damn Stanley
problem
because
was-
I'm welding the door shut.
I was told how it came to me when I came to you earlier was, hey, go tell Shannon I need Switchblade now. So it's just like, okay,
Well, I'm
I'll
not-
just let
listen,
you know, hey, it's urgent.
We were just talking in here that Mark has 2 gears, parked and 800 miles an hour.
Yes, that is
So I
so
know.
true.
That was the 800 mile an hour mark telling
Hey,
us
Joe,
to get
if
it
you
done.
hit the offline button, you can hear what they're saying, too. If you're interested, you may want to tune us all out.
Yeah, Joe's kind of familiar with some of this. He doesn't want any more of it.
Oh, I love this one. I'm going to read this asshole's email to me.
What? Oh, Case, you're always so nice to me. I said, we have a treat for you tubies today.
Oh, yeah, we've
I
got
know.
a...
Let me know when you want me to do that.
Yeah, I sent a picture. So it's Tom and I.
What is this, some OnlyFans deal?
Yeah.
Mark got his own OnlyFans
I got my own
page.
one, yeah. $99 subscription, you get the all you can see.
It's ceiling fans. It's not...
Oh.
I knew one would come out when I said, Christ's sake. There's always one.
Where, did you get an email?
Yeah, I'll read it. When we get back.
Nice.
It's some jerk. He's a fucking troll. Love the trolls. Troll me, Robert. I replied, you suck, Robert. Tune out. I love when people that say...
Leave it to Mark.
Oh, you're yelling too much and you use the Lord's name in vain. You know they're hanging on every word still. They're not moving. You love me, Robert. Robert worships me more than he worships
Is
God.
Robert listening YouTube, or are you going to say that on the air, too?
No, I'll say it on the air.
Hey, Mark, you still have Frank for Gretchen?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I pay to never see that?
Okay, who do I got coming? I got Empower again. Wow, okay. Keelan Park.
Let me know if you need me to get you any info.
I will. And Joe, I'm going to be bringing you up first break for sure. And we'll talk a lot. Let's see. Keelan Park. And then Genesis. Genesis Live. All right, so Keel, Empower, Genesis. I got them loaded, ready to go. Shannon.
Oh, you know what? We went to this beautiful French restaurant last night.
Where
It's
at?
called La France.
Where's it at?
It's right over here in Bellevue.
Ooh, was
on
it
Newport.
good?
Oh my God, I've never tasted nothing better.
Really? What's it called?
It's
Le
all
French?
French, all food.
French or something like that. La French. LF.
Was Robert on YouTube?
I have no idea.
The French DTC.
No, it
Bellevue
wasn't a
station.
YouTube comment. It was an email.
Oh, so I can't apologize
Have to
for
look at
you
their
and say,
menu.
hey, Robert,
I don't know
we
if
know
I've
that
ever
Mark
had
is
French
praying to a
food.
different
Honestly,
God when
Joe.
he's burning incense and trying to stretch to get his anus into the air.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got clients that are French, you know, they're from France, and they took us there last night, and it's amazing.
Ooh.
I mean, amazing.
Some sort of Krishna deal or whatever you're doing at freaking yoga.
Looks good.
Well, it is
Here you go, man. Here you go, guys.
75. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. We have one line open. We've got a lot working out in the background. Deputy Doc is out, hopefully talking to that store. 303 Martino, one line open. Now, I did get an email over the break I want to tell everybody about. Then we're going to pull up our expert, Frank Duran, go back to Gretchen with that home problem where there's some kind of loan on the house that's showing up on title, and they're trying to close on the house. But here's the email. Wow, Mark, another day of you screaming from the get-go. Where's Tom? Also, using the Lord's name in vain? Shame on you, dude. You know what, Robert? Why don't you tune out, you dumbass? Yeah, that's right. I'll call you dumbass because you are a dumbass. Any negative stuff I get always seems to be from you, Mr. Robert. So here's the bottom line. Suck on this. I blocked you. I can't stand you, my friend. I like helping people. My mannerism is different than Tom's. I apologize for that, bro. When I get worked up, I get worked up. You think it's some dog and pony show? You're wrong. When people get ripped off like that old lady in the hot tub, it pisses me off, bro. And I don't care what you think, Robert. Tune out. There's 957 zillion other options out there, Jack. Why don't you go find another one? You're blocked. See ya later, Gator. Now, yeah, you know what? What else am I going to say to it? Suzanne, chime in on that. What a jerk.
Haters
you're
gonna hate,
yelling
Mark.
and screaming.
Haters going to hate.
You know what, Robert? Go get your own show and listen to yourself, you buckle. Hey, I'm going to start using that. I just invented that. I'm going to start calling people like him a buckle.
What about a knucklehead?
Well, buckle. I think buckle's I think it's a little better. I'm not sure, though. Okay, listen, so Gretchen had a problem with a title on her home. Hey, Frank, I've got a question for you. We're going to get you the address, but if you could pull an O&E on the property for us, I'd really appreciate it. And any other advice? Let me lock you in and bring Gretchen up. By the way, how are you doing today, Frank?
Hey, Mark, I'm doing great. Good morning to you. It's good to hear you.
You know, your voice is soothing to me. Isn't that funny? I've known Frank so long now. He's got a soothing effect.
It's like a warm and cozy fire.
It is. It's really funny how he negotiates so great when it comes to selling or buying a house. He's such a nice guy. It's just a remarkable thing. But Gretchen, you guys went, when was your closing date supposed to be? Listen to this, Frank.
It was supposed to be December 29th.
Okay, so on December 29th, you went to closing, and the title company said the title is clouded because there's a...
No, actually, so I had an original title company back when it was a quick closing, like less than 30 days, which would have been great. And so the first title company found this problem, and they said, we can't do anything about it. You need to go back to the title company that closed the house that I have title insurance from. So then they got involved in the middle of December, and so then we had to push that closing back.
So Gretchen, hold on. The lien that's on there right now was actually on there prior from the purchase, when you guys purchased the property.
No, it was when I purchased the property, the title was clear.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then my dad lived there, and we went to sell the house this year, and my realtor said, what's this loan from May of 23?
Hold on, then someone actually filed, but that loan, you don't know if that was prior or after when you guys purchased it?
The title company that I'm working with now says they paid it prior to the original close for the house.
Okay, that's what I needed. Frank, do you understand what she's saying? She's saying that loan was paid according to the title company they used when her father purchased the property, but now when they're trying to sell it, it's still coming back up.
Yeah, Mark, I ran into things like this from time to time, and I think the key is working directly with that title company. Sometimes what happens is it was paid, but they didn't release it. So is the title company actively trying to help right now, the one that she closed out before?
Yeah, they're actively trying to help, but the mortgage company and the VA are pointing fingers at each other, and nothing's getting done, and they keep saying, it'll be 3 to 5 days.
They're holding up the sale is where the problem is.
3 weeks, and I'm lucky I got a buyer that's willing to wait, but
Hey, Frank, when do you go to that title company, the old one, and invoke the actual title policy or the insurance?
I have asked them that multiple times, and I have already, I've asked them that. I'd rather get that money. It's more.
Yeah, I mean, when do you do that, Frank? I mean, at what point can they not do something? How long? I mean, what would be? I don't know. What would be an okay time frame?
Mark, what I would do is right away just get with the manager or somebody high up with the company and have them get involved right away. And, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I missed your name.
Gretchen.
Gretchen, just out of curiosity, has anybody talked to a higher-up manager at that title company?
Well, I talked to them today, and I got someone other than the person I've been dealing with who pretty much smoking unicorns. And the manager wouldn't get on the phone.
I like her.
My realtor has.
What's the name of that title company, Gretchen?
It's Home Light Title.
Have you dealt with them, Frank?
Boy, Mark, no. The name rings a bell, but it's not a company I've ever dealt with that I could think of.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of them.
Yeah, but what I would say, Mark, is Gretchen, what I would do is get with have your realtor maybe help you get with a higher up manager and maybe put together a 3-way call. But I think in a case like this, we got to get to a decision maker, somebody that can make a decision and not just have you chase it.
Well, I tried to have that conversation with them this morning, and the problem is everybody wants to point the finger at somebody else, hence the reason I'm on the phone with you guys.
Yeah, but when, I guess, Frank, just as a blunt question, when does the actual title insurance kick in? Do you know?
Well, see, it depends. I mean, gosh, Mark, that's a great question. I mean, we'd have to talk to that title company and see how their policy operates.
I mean, she pays or her father paid for this policy to make sure they have a free and clear title, and they don't. I mean, that's really what the entire title insurance policy is for.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Gretchen,
Look,
I would say, honestly, go ahead. I'm sorry, Mark.
Frank, would you run an O&E so we can actually see what she's talking about?
Absolutely. If you can text me the address for Gretchen, I'll get on that immediately.
Here's what I'm going to do. Kelly, give Gretchen Frank's cell phone. And, Frank, she's going to text it to you, then send me the O&E just as soon as you can get it. And then the other thing I'd like to do is let's see if Deputy Dollar is actually available today. And if he's available to make a call, maybe Deputy Dollar and Gretchen do a 3-way call over to the title company. And let's see if we can't shake them up a little to get this done. But I am very curious on title insurance in general. One, when you go to sell your house and something comes up and the policy that you purchased when you purchased the house, it said it was clear and it's not clear, when the hell does it kick in? I mean, how many weeks has it been now, Gretchen?
It's been, it's been 3 weeks since we couldn't close.
So I don't know what's acceptable. I don't know what the norm is.
And I keep asking them that, and they keep saying, well, we're doing what we can. And I'm like, okay, how about just giving me the money?
All right.
Take the house.
I got you.
There.
Gretchen, we're gonna help you out here. So, Kelly, make sure you get Gretchen's info, and then also make sure you give her Frank's cell phone. Text your address over there, Gretchen. Frank's going to pull an O&E. Frank, I appreciate it as always, man. You are a godsend.
Thank you, friend. You have a great day, and I'll help every way I can.
Hey, you too, man. Hey, I got to ask you something, man. Sure. Anybody, to me, you walk on water, and I'm not kidding, Frank. I'm honest to God. We joke around. I'm kind of brash and stuff, and you always kind of kid around going, well, Mark, you're definitely not a shucks and darn kind of guy, which is, there's a lot of truth to that. What do you think of this jerk, Robert Hall? You like how I actually phrased it? I'm going to phrase it normally. He put this. Wow, Mark, another day of you screaming from the get-go. Where's Tom? Also using the Lord's name in vain. Shame on you, dude. So I'm asking you for numerous different reasons. What do you think of that criticism? And what do you think about me going after him?
Well, friend, I'll tell you this. I certainly do not walk on water, but I'll tell you this much. I'll say this. One thing I really, especially later in my life, years later, I've really tried to focus on brotherly kindness. And it's just my opinion. I really feel that, we should reach out to each other in kindness and love,
Yeah, so you're saying I'm right, he's wrong, if I read that right, right?
I'm saying it'd be nice if everybody just show a little love, Mark.
Frank, I love you, man. I really do appreciate everything you've done for us and Suzanne over the years. Selling that house in Castle Rock, you've made us so much more money than we ever thought. And then helping us negotiate our new one. You saved us about $100,000. I don't know how else to put it. Frank Duran, the real estate man, frankduranhomes.com. Thanks again, Frank. frankduranhomes.com. Now, when we get back from break, Barbara's got an issue with the roofing company, an issue with KeyBank, and we've got 2 lines open, and Deputy Doc's going to have some updates, although he's still on the phone. I'm dying to hear what's going on there. 303 Martino, that's 303 Martino.
Now, Impact Traffic.
God, I tell you what, I'm tired today.
What's that?
I'm tired today.
I'm exhausted. I got like under 5 hours of sleep.
Well, I did too. We had a great meal last night and we stayed up late.
That sounds good.
That's what happened. French, I mean, it was fantastic.
We love that Italian. We're going to have to do that Italian place again.
Well, let's do it, yeah.
I love that Italian place.
I love that place too.
All right, hold on. Two minutes. Keel and Park, I'm going to tell you why these guys are important. I don't care if you have kids. I don't care how much money you make. You need an estate plan, whether it's a simple will or a complex will, maybe a trust, whether it's revocable or irrevocable. Maybe you don't even understand what some of these things are. They'll explain it to you for free. But I want you to avoid the common problems facing estates without a good plan. You need to call these guys up. They give you flat rate pricing. They'll sit down with you. They can even do a Zoom meeting. They're going to talk to you about your needs, what you have, what your vision is when you pass away, and they're going to help you to give the least amount of tax burdens and other things to your offspring or to whoever you're leaving your money to. You know, how about a business you're trying to transition to your children when you die? How about even just buying or selling a business? They can help you with that. And they have a lot, and I mean a lot of experience just on running businesses. They can do probate, inheritance protection, small business transactions, you name it, these guys can do it. Keel and Park, lawkp.com. These are the guys we trust. Lawkp.com, lawkp.com. Now, let's talk about Genesis Total Exteriors. We just talked to Mark Szymanski, the owner, a few minutes ago, and I'm telling you, whether it's siding, windows, gutters, anything on the outside of your house, including stucco, and guess what? They also do commercial projects. I want you to check them out. 303-679-8509, 303-679-8509, or you can find them at referralist.com. Now, if you ever thought about a reverse mortgage, I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of crooks in the business. You want to talk to someone that's going to give you the real skinny, the truth about it, explain it to you, answer all your questions, and do it with honesty. I want you to call Mark Massey, our friend at Empower Reverse, 720-500-7719, 720-500-7719. Bo. 1, 2, 3. Bomp, bomp, bomp. Doc's working his ass off today. I like it. Everything working digital-wise, babe?
Looks like it is.
Wait till you guys see this picture. We'll put it up, but we've got a picture of Tom and I I'm guessing it was 94 or 95 at my cyber cafe. And I think that's when it just opened. Wouldn't you say those dates are right, or is it a little later, Suzanne?
I would say maybe a little later because we got
96.
married in 93 and you were still working for your dad.
Yep.
And so I would say it was probably 94 to 96.
Okay.
So just a little later.
God, I look like I'm 4.
Do you want me to post it now or wait?
We'll post it over the break. I'll talk about it
Okay.
on air. But Tom, wait till you see Martino.
Wait till you see Mark.
Well, yeah, I look like a child. But when you see Tom, he's like, he's in. Is he wearing the coat, the long coat
Yeah,
he
the
used to always
trench
wear?
coat.
The
Yeah,
trench
it's
coat.
all-
Yeah, wait till you guys see it. If you haven't, I would guess he was working for Channel. It definitely wasn't Fox. Channel 4.
4.
It had to be Channel 4 back then. Joe, you'll see it. It's a crazy picture. Suzanne was going through all these pictures that we've had for a million years. I would love to see that. We're going to send them out and get them all digitized, but we've got a bunch from the 90s that I totally forgot about.
Black Air, I remember him. I met him at the New York Deli.
New York Deli. Is that still open?
Yeah, still. Oh my God!
What do you think of that?
God dang it!
We'll show Shannon too.
Look at the mustache.
I know he's got the. He's the Italian stallion,
he looks
brother.
like Italian guy. I know, no kidding. Oh my God! You look pretty good there, Mark. God.
The Italian stallion.
Yeah, Mark was probably 24 there.
I don't think we had kids.
No, we didn't have kids.
24.
Oh, gosh, no.
God.
Cyber Cafe. What a riot.
Where the heck was that?
That was our Cyber Cafe that we, yeah.
Oh, you had a cyber cafe?
The first in Denver, right, Mark? Yes.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
All right, 303-713-8255 or 303 Martino. We got a lot going on, but I want to dive into any problem you have. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of, 303 Martino. Don't forget our YouTube stream. You can watch us between the breaks where I'm, a little more animated, not necessarily on purpose, but I get a little fired up. You think I'm fired up on air? You should see during the break sometimes. But you get to see the video as well. We do that on YouTube. You go to YouTube, you hit Troubleshooter Network, and you'll see our live stream. And we post them every day. We've been doing it for years. On top of that, we're going to post during a break a picture. Shannon, I can't wait to show you this one. This one is from, I'm just going to guess, somewhere between 94 and 96, well before I had children with Tom. I had the first, if not one of the first, but I think the first cyber cafe in Denver. This is back when AOL was basically it, or Prodigy, and we had a cyber cafe that had a T1 so people could come in, and Tom would come in all the time, but Tom and I would also give these seminars to people that never used a computer before, how to get email to give
like
you.
senior citizens, Mark.
Also, mostly
Yeah.
senior citizens. But when you see Tom in this picture, man, he is the Italian stallion, baby. Wait till you see him. Wait till you see the stash. He's got his trench coat on. It actually brings back a lot of memories when I'd go with him when he worked for Channel 4, and he'd be chasing down these bad guys with his cameraman. I think his cameraman was Frank, but this picture brings back a lot of memories. We found it last night, and we'll post it during the break. So go to youtube.com, type in Troubleshooter Network, and you'll see it. One line open, 303-713-8255. I hate to even ask Barbara. I'll come to you in a second. Bill's got a problem with KeyBank and a roofing, but Eva's got a comment on me. Go ahead, beat me up, Eva. I was screaming about...
Oh, Eva loves you.
Oh, okay, good. Then love away.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, ma'am.
Mark, can you hear me?
I can hear you. The question is, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I got you now.
Gotcha.
Hey, I absolutely love when you're on.
Thank you.
And go for it. I don't give it. I was just going to say the word. I don't know if it's permissible. But say what you can get away with, and I love it.
Well, Eva, I truly appreciate that. There's some people out there, and I get it. One of the things that triggers people is and a lot of it is based upon Tom's audience forever and a day. I get that. I'm trying to, keep the ship rolling. There's no other show that does what this show does. And it's a very important part, not just for the community, but for anybody out there to get knowledge on. And honestly, if I yell and scream, I yell and scream. I can't be anybody else. I, honest to God, can't be anybody else. But sometimes when you take the Lord's name in vain, as that jerk was saying, people do get upset, and I'm going to try to remember that and try not to do it, but I still think you're an ass, whoever your name was. All right, 303-713-8255. We've got Deputy Doc updates coming up. We got an issue with KeyBank. We got a roofing company problem, and a lot more. My name's Marc Mager, and this is the Troubleshooter Network.
Say goodbye to...
Yeah, what time is it, though?
I can't hear Shannon at all. I don't know what he's saying.
We're talking like 4 after or something.
Is it okay to fly the picture
Thanks.
now?
Oh, yeah, put the picture up. Keep it up for a little bit. Kind of just fly back and forth. They can still hear us when it's up.
Hey, wait for it.
Wait for it. It's a good picture. It's really a good picture of Tom.
I think I met you in '96. I think that's when Jay and I came out to the cafe.
Oh, fuck him.
Well, he's dead now, so go ahead. But
Suze, what is Mark like in a car? Does he scream at drivers?
Oh, God, look at that picture. Shannon, you on YouTube?
Not yet.
You got to see that picture of Martino.
good.
I
gotta
love that.
say.
I love the trench coat, dressed to the nines. I mean, wouldn't you put it that way? It's really a good picture. Now, that shirt I'm wearing, that's a little interesting. Was I in Hawaii when this was taken?
As your daughter says, nice fit, Dad.
That means outfit.
You just learned that.
I know. I had no idea.
Nice fit.
I had to explain for people that have been listening last hour and that guy's email I read. I had to explain it's so funny to someone here in the building that I deal with all the time. And there's crunch time at the end of the month. I've got to get orders in. I've got to get spots done. I've got to get Tom to get spots done. Crunch time is the last week before the last week of the month. So let's say around the 17th is crunch time. And I get very, not just, it's just hard for me. So she finally said to me the other day, she goes, please don't yell at me. And Suzanne was here in the room. And I said, I yell at everybody. There's no one I don't yell at.
You yell when you're not yelling.
And I'm not yelling. I swear to God, I'm not yelling. I know I'm loud, but I'm not yelling.
Yeah.
I promise you I'm not yelling. There's nothing personal. I love you. I would never change you. You do a great job. And if we went out for a beer, we would have a great time. And I swear to God. But it is kind of funny. I kind of forget that people, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? I can't be somebody else. I simply can't be someone else.
You're not Mr. Zen, you know.
No, I am definitely not Mr. Zen. Fly that over again. Yeah, Chris, isn't that a great picture of Tom? It's crazy. It's an absolute, I think it's a great picture of Martino. An absolute great picture.
He had a lot of hair.
You looked good.
He
You looked
did.
really good, yeah.
You know, the other thing I'm going to say, I should have said it on air. I totally spaced it. That jerk, here he is, Robert Hall. Another day of you screaming from the get-go. Where's Tom? Also using
Was
my
that
Lord's
was that
name
an
in
email or was that on YouTube?
Yeah, it was an email, and I'm trying to know how this guy got my email, but I don't care. Here's what drives me crazy about these jerks. He's listening right now. I have absolutely no doubt about it. He's hanging on every word I say. He's actually looking for something else to email me, but I already blocked him from my email.
Oh, poor fella.
It's just crazy. Well, if he really wants to get through to me, he can create a new email and email me.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's just like, I just can't believe what an asshole he is. And he's upset with me for using his Lord's name in vain. That's actually how he puts it. But here's the deal. Anybody that types someone some bullshit like that, I don't find that religious. Yeah. I don't find that walking with Christ. I find you a big jerk, Robert Hall. In fact, Robert, why don't you call in and let's have a real discussion where I call you names and make fun of you. 303 Martino.
We on our break?
We are, but if you've got updates.
No. I'm in the middle of something.
Do you have updates, though?
I will in a little bit.
Okay. When you say you're in the middle of something, what does that mean?
That means I was making some phone calls and my phone died.
Got it. Hey, Shannon, 1,000,000 years ago, I don't know if you were the board op, but this show, we had a lady call in that was calling Tom Geraldo for like...
He looks like him.
It was remarkable, literally, and she wasn't kidding around. She did it like 5 times. Is there any chance at one point we had that saved somewhere in your system in there and we would play it occasionally? I have no idea how you would find that if it's even available.
I'll just search for the word Geraldo, and if somebody saved it that way, it'll come up.
I bet it does, Geraldo.
Ken, do you need a charger?
It's being charged.
Hey, C. White 259. If I can find this clip of this lady, it is unbelievable. She called up and called Tom Geraldo through the whole call.
Wow.
I'm not going to play the whole call because we don't have it, but it's her calling him like, oh, Geraldo, let me tell you what's going on. And then a second later, Geraldo.
Well, how many times do they call you Tom?
Oh, God.
All the time.
Yeah, I know. I just gave up on that, though.
My ex-wife does that all the time.
What's that?
She's married to my friend.
Put his picture back up. Fly it one more
She keeps getting on
time.
name. She'll talk to him and call him Ken. She'll talk to me and call me Chuck.
Shannon, give me a heads up when I got to do Fuller. We still have the same start time if I'm on track, right? Theoretically. I like theories. Thank you. You're very professional.
I can't hear them at all.
I don't know.
I don't know what the problem is.
I got to tell you about John Fuller. You know, we got into an accident years ago. Some lady ran a red light, T-boned us, airbags went off, you name it, everything happened. We were devastated. Suzanne had some serious injuries. She had some back problems. She had a broken nose. In fact, her nose surgery was unbelievable. It took about a month out of her life. You know, John Fuller got involved. He held our hand through it. He told us what to do, and maybe more importantly, told us what not to do. And we had multiple other people in the injury. So in other words, this lady hit us, but then also hit someone else. So in a way, we were fighting for a share of her full policy benefits. And John Fuller did the best job anybody could have done. We've got maximum payout on that. There was no more insurance. There was no more money to go after. But that's the kind of personal attention John will give you. If you have any questions about an accident, if you've been hurt, I want you to call John Fuller, 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500, or myaccidentlawyer.co.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Our goal in life is to make your life a little bit better. We've recouped over $300 million. That's a lot of scratch, man. $300 million cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds directly due to the show. Why and how? Well, I'll tell you why. Because that's what we do. We love doing it. And how is we use the power of the media. We use our audience to help. Sometimes we'll have a bad contractor. What was the name of that hot tub company? And we're going to hopefully get an update from Deputy Doc on that.
Aqua Living Spa.
Aqua Living. hot tub company sold this lady a hot tub that leaked from day one. And they sent someone out that apparently didn't work for him, an independent. The independent guy says, yeah, it got damaged. There's damage on the inside. These guys don't want to do anything. Their only answer to us when she calls or whether we call is the employees don't work there anymore. I don't even know what kind of answer that is. Can you imagine buying something from Nordstrom's and you buy it at the, the jewelry counter, and you buy it from Fred? And it's $10,000, and you buy the bracelet from Fred, and you get home and find out the bracelet's fake or something, and you bring it back, and they say, oh, I'm sorry, Fred doesn't work here anymore. It's crazy, but those are the kind of things we dig into. And listen to me. You follow today's show. We're going to solve these problems. We're going to figure it out. But worst scenario, if this hot tub company are just the biggest bunch of jerks ever, then what we do is we make sure everybody around the area knows never to go there, because if they do, what could possibly happen? 303. Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, I did speak to Living Spaces about the picture.
All right, so Living Spaces, here's another one. I don't think this is a bad company whatsoever, but this gives you an idea, if you're just joining us, what the show's about. Lady orders a picture, a wall picture, a hanging frame picture from them, over $600, ordered it in early December. It was supposed to be like a Christmas present or whatever. They still don't have it. They simply still don't have it, and they haven't got a refund. So, Deputy Doc, who'd you talk to over there?
Well, I spoke to somebody in the customer relations department while Ronnie was on the phone, and apparently, according to them, there was some mix-up with getting the cancellation processed. However, the guy that I spoke to said that the cancellation went through, and we're going to check on Friday to make sure the cancellation has been accepted by the vendor. That's where the problem is. There's like 3 layers.
I'll tell you, this is my opinion, Doc. Until you called, I don't think it would be done on Friday.
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
The other thing is...
Well, I hope it's done on Friday, but my point is, let me tell you something. If you're a business and you hear the Tom Martino Troubleshooter show is calling to figure out something, especially when it's egregious like this.
Absolutely.
They promised a refund, they don't do it, and a month's gone. Those are the kind of problems with a company like that. That's not a bad company. Maybe it did fall through the cracks, but what you did today was point out the crack in the flaw in what they've got cooking.
And we filled the crack.
And we filled the crack. So let's add that to Doc's total, another $600. But let's wait and make sure they actually do it. Now, how about this? How about these hot tub clowns?
Well,
Give me the name of them again, Doc, and then I promise I'll go right to the phones.
Aqua Living Spas.
So Aqua Living Spas, I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but I love when people become part of the show with us. These guys are on 5030 Nome Street. If you would call them and ask them, what was her name? Sandy. I was going to say Nancy. And you would please ask, just call up, be nice, and say, hey, we hear you guys are being talked about on the radio. According to the caller or according to the show, you guys sold her a hot tub. It's not only leaking, but you sent someone out to look at it that told her there was something broken on the inside. There's something wrong with it. But your answer to that is, too bad, so sad, because that employee doesn't work here anymore. Kelly, that's what they told you, right?
Indeed, and we also had a caller that called in. He couldn't come on the air, but he also called in to Aqua Spas.
And what did they tell the caller?
He was yelled at and hung up on.
So this is the kind of business Aqua Living Factory Outlets is. So this is where we do a community service. Listen to me. This truly is a community service. These guys, the ownership of them, whether it's a corporation or an individual owner, I don't know, don't really care. Someone does care. Someone did open this business to sell hot tubs. This is where you call up and tell them they suck. Okay, according to what you're hearing. They won't come on. They won't give us a different side of the story. They blocked the caller, according to her, won't talk to her, won't even allow her to email. They blocked the email. Aqua Living Factory Outlets. They're on 5030 Nome Street, and their phone number. Call up, be nice, let us know what they said. This is why the show's successful. 303-285-9277. 303-285-9277. Now, as promised, we're going to move right on. Barbara, what is going on with this roofing company?
I contacted them in the middle of August to fix my roof, vents, and few other things.
Okay.
Nothing.
So,
I have called them and called them.
Hold on
They
one
said
sec. Barbara, let me ask a few questions. When you called them, was it because of storm damage?
Damage.
I'm sorry I missed that. You blacked out. Hail damage.
Hail.
Okay. So you turned in a hail claim, or are you somehow just paying cash?
Yeah, I turned in a claim to
Okay.
USAA.
I got you.
And I hired this Advanced Exteriors on Valley Highway. in
Did you
Denver.
sign a contract with them?
Yes. And I keep calling them. They say, "Oh, we'll call you back tomorrow and tell us when we're going to do it." I even had my son call them, thinking a male voice.
And this was the middle of August.
That's right.
You know what I'd like to do? I've got a very good friend and an expert in the business, Jay Bretz. Can you get Jay Bretz on, Kelly? Let's see if we can't get him. If not, I love Michael O'Malley as well. I'd like to get one of them on because I've never thought about this. The middle of August, let's say, what is acceptable? Do you have a copy of that contract you can take a picture of and send it over to us?
Yeah.
I would love for you to do that. What I'm looking for is some kind of language where it's saying, like, when they're going to start, when they're going to be completed.
Dates of service, 1 to 3 months.
1 to 3. Well, we're past that.
Did you pay these clowns,
right.
Barbara?
You didn't pay them up front, did you?
No.
Okay, you haven't paid them anything.
No.
Barbara, I got to say thank you for that. Honestly, you would have given me a stress level 5 with that. I am so glad you did not pay up front, and I hope you don't pay anybody up front. And there's people out there that hate when I say that, and there's good companies that take money up front. Don't get me wrong, but when you pay up front, you basically lose all your power because your money's in their hands. I want to get one of our experts on, then I'm going to come back to you, okay? So hold on one second. I think if it says 1 to 3 months, they've already breached it. But I want to get a couple opinions on that because I'm not an attorney. 303-713-8255. Let's take a break. We're going to get Jay Bretz on. We're going to talk about that. Bill's got a problem with KeyBank, an issue with the contractor. One line open. That's it. You got one line, 303-713-8255.
Zero Res is saying goodbye to 2023 with 23% off all services from the only company I'll let in my home for carpet and duct cleaning. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. No soaps, no chemicals, safe for kids and pets. So get Zero-Fied. Alleviate allergies. Carpets are the biggest air filter in our home, and the ductwork circulates the air we breathe. Clean them now with the Zero Res Gotta Love It guarantee. 303-471-5150. ZeroResDenver.com. Zero-Fied. 303-471-5150.
Imagine moving into your new home before selling your old home for
all good, thanks.
That should be a slam dunk.
Keel and Park estate planners who give the clients a peace of mind. If you have not updated your will or don't have a will, I really want you to call these guys. How about a trust? Have you ever thought about that? If you've got some assets and you pass away and your children are only 18 or 19, and let's say you got $500,000 there, I don't think you want an 18 or 19-year-old to have $500,000. They're not going to know what to do with it. They could blow it. You should look into a trust. You can give them money for certain things like college. You can structure it any way you want. I want you to check these guys out. You go to lawkp.com. That's lawkp.com. The other thing I love about them is the flat rate pricing. They're going to talk to you over the phone, or they'll talk to you via Zoom, or you can go to their office. They'll come to you. Here's the bottom line. They're going to figure out what your individual needs are. They'll develop a plan and give you a flat rate cost on it. I absolutely love that. Get that estate plan in order. Get it updated. 970-818-8198 or lawkp.com. Now you're looking for those window coverings, blind, shade, shutters, drapes, inside, outside, automatic, touchscreen on your phone, any window coverings from fix and flips all the way to $10 million homes made in the shade are your guys. I love these guys, locally family owned. It's a great company. They come out, they do the measurements, they do the installation, they do it all, and they do it for cheaper than the guys that make you do all the work. I love these guys. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. Sheridan Auto Tech. I love it, and I trust Kevin. He is the owner of Sheridan Auto Tech. I don't care if you need an oil change or a new engine put in. You want a company that has a great warranty, you found it. SheridanAutotech.com. Listen to this. 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty nationwide on anything they do. Need I say more? SheridanAutotech.com. Oh, my God, we got a lot of lives. K&H. I love how you're doing this. Thank you, Shannon. Art of Granite. K&H. Fix it. Fix it. You know what I've been forgetting, though, Suzanne?
Oh, well, I wasn't harassing you yet because there's not a lot of them. You did Frank Duran.
Oh, good. I haven't even looked at them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know this lady with the picture?
Yes, ma'am.
She called up the credit card company, which is what and they said, well, it could take up to a month. So she dropped it and started dealing with the regular company. She should have just let the credit card company deal with it.
Fix it. K&H.
I don't even know if you want me to handle this for you or if you'll just deal with it after the show.
What is it?
But Liz is saying you need to sign the Denver region.
Tell her I'm doing the show.
And she needs another payment.
Tell her I'm doing the show. I've got 800 lives, and there's no way any of this is getting done. Remember when I was saying, hey, I scream, and there's an individual? Uh-huh. God. What timing? Just the timing is impeccable.
That's the way that 2024 is beginning. You know that? It truly is. And I'm glad in a way because you're getting all the negatives out of the way. Yeah. So pretty soon it's going to be nothing but good things happening.
That's a good outlook.
You know what? I like that outlook, Joe.
Yeah, we're getting all the negatives out of it now. You know, we get so many negatives, so many good ones, and then...
He has the same attitude that Frankie has.
Mark? Joe has a live at 1:15. How do you want
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll do it, right?
What?
Well, Jordan's calling in.
We'll get it figured out, man. It is what it is.
That's what I mean. Yeah. He's going to be calling in, so Jordan can probably do it. I was just letting you know.
Thank you.
An iHeartRadio station.
All right, 303-713-8255. One line open. Listen, I've got one of our experts up, Jay Bretz, with Excel Roofing. So, Jay, I'm gonna recap it really quick for you, but this woman signed a contract, a roofing contract, hail damage, and she signed it prior to August. The company was Advanced Exteriors on Valley Highway. I have no idea why I put that down, but Advanced Exteriors. So, Jay, in the contract, and let me lock you in and let me go up to Barbara. Barbara, in the contract, when it talks about the time frame, what did it say again? 1 to 3 months for completion?
That's correct.
So if the contract, Jay, let's pretend this is your contract. First of all, Jay Brett's Excel Roofing, on our referral list at referrallist.com. Do you guys have a time frame in your contract?
Okay, so according to Colorado state law, the contractor is supposed to put some kind of time frame in there. So I'm sure that's why they did it. But I mean, Mark, everybody out there listening, Mark's just throwing me a softball on this one, saying how would Excel handle it? We don't hold people to contract,
Jay, I'm not. That's not my question to you. I know how you guys do. You don't hold anybody to a contract. My question is, she signed this thing in August. It's been way past 3 months. Does that void the contract in your opinion?
In my opinion, yes, it does. Has she called the company and said she just wants to?
They don't
deal?
answer. They don't respond. It's almost like they don't want the job anymore.
Well, you know what? You know what my big question is going to be. I'm sorry, I caught the aqua spas earlier when you almost had your heart attack.
God,
but
man.
Man, I hope you're on your meds, but your blood pressure meds. But hey,
Yeah,
did she
I'm
pay
glad.
money?
Hold on. I'm glad you clarified.
Hey, I'm here to give him CPR if he needs it, Jay.
Yeah, I got a doctor standing by.
I hope you have a defibrillator too, Doc. Hey, so but Mark,
Actually, there's one in the
did she
corner.
pay cash up front. Cash up front.
Oh, what? She didn't pay anything up front.
Oh, she's golden.
That's
then.
what
She
I
should be
thought.
great.
She's golden because it says in that contract. Okay, I'm going to be honest. Here's what I would do, Barbara. And where do you live? Where's your home at?
Colorado Springs.
Okay, I want you to call up Jay. Jay, you still got your guys out there. You're slamming it out there, aren't you?
Absolutely. Jeff, our branch manager, will be happy to come visit with her.
So do this. And listen, if you don't like them, even if you sign a contract with them, they're not going to, they'll let you out of the contract. That's it. If you have a 1 to 3 month in that contract, I would say, and it's not a legal opinion, you're good to go with another company, and there's no better than Excel. There's Petrali we love too, but I'm telling you, we've got Jay on. He's helping out with this. But the other thing I'm going to do, Barbara, just to dot the I and cross the T, if you send us a copy of that contract, I'm going to send it over to one of our attorneys to give an actual legal opinion on. But I agree 100% with Jay. If it says 1 to 3 months and you signed it in August, it is done over. You can move on, get another roofer, and for the sake of everybody's sanity, you should get another roofer. Even if these guys want to come out now, I wouldn't use them.
Hey, Mark, how about her sending an email to the company just saying that because of the contract and time limit, I'm voiding the contract and getting another company?
Let's see what our attorney's got to say about how to do it, because that's why I want to see the contract. I mean, I really want to look at the contract and then send it over to our attorney. But, Barbara, I think you're good. I think we can move on. I want you to give Excel a call. Will you do that for me?
Yes, I will.
Write this number down. It's for anybody out there. In fact, if you've had hail damage, or if anybody in your neighborhood's getting a new roof and you haven't looked at your roof, these guys will come out. There's no arm twisting. They're as honest as the day is long. They'll get up there and tell you if you have damage. I mean, Jay, it's as straightforward as that.
Absolutely. We never tell people that they have damage or to file an insurance claim if it's not there. I mean, why bother? And there's so many companies that do tell people to do it. That just drives me crazy.
I have gotten calls from people, this is kind of funny, that are upset that you said there's no damage because their neighbor's getting a roof. But what they don't realize is there's so many different kinds of shingles. Their neighbors might have had a 15-year-old roof where they had a class 4 roof or a hail resistant put on 2 years ago and it did its job. But these guys they're straight shooters. They'll come out, they'll tell you. But if you call up your insurance company, it's going to end up on the Clue report. So these guys will come out, Denver Metro, Colorado Springs, and they're going to tell you if you have damage or not and whether or not they should get involved. So that's what I want you to do, Barbara. XL Roofing, 303-761-6400. And I'm going to emphasize one more thing that's very important. There are very few roofers. I don't care if they're reputable or not. There are very few roofers that'll let you out of the contract. Now, I'm not talking after the roof's done. I'm talking if you have second thoughts and the materials haven't been put up on the roof or whatever, these guys will let you out of the contract. Jay Brett's Excel Roofing. I appreciate it, my friend. My brother, have a good new year.
Stay calm.
Shut up. 303-713-8255. All right, so we're going to have one line open with Barbara. Kelly, you got your marching orders on that. You're going to make sure she's got Jay's information. I need the contract. Don't forget, I need that contract from her. I'd like to get her a free legal opinion on that. But I can't imagine that it's not going to be the way it is. Now, Bill's got a problem with KeyBank. Man, years and years ago, Bill, I used KeyBank when I had some of my computer businesses, and I ended up switching. What's your issue with them?
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
Hey, So basically what happened is I was in, about an hour and a half north of Seattle. I was there for a funeral thing and whatever. And so the next day, their fraud department called me and said, well, somebody had gotten hold of the card or whatever and charged $124.
Is it a debit card or a credit card?
A debit card.
Okay. But they
And,
used it.
local judge-
I'm sorry, Bill. This is a big question. They did not put a PIN number in, right? They just swiped it like a credit card?
I don't know. It said the paper I sent over there. It kind of explains what they're saying.
Oh, hold on.
Like,
I got an email. You're telling me I have an email somewhere on this?
Yeah.
Hold on here. I can absorb that. What I'd like to do is absorb that during the break. I do want to see what their reply is. But tell everybody listening while I got you right now, what does it actually say? Does it say like we're not going to give you credit? What's the bulk of it? What is it?
Well, after basically 3 months of trying to get this resolved, they sent me a thing that says we have come to the conclusion because we have determined that no error occurred at the services were rendered by the merchant listed in the dispute. Your physical card was
says his
present.
physical card was present, Mark.
Oh my God! So they're saying,
and there was a chip and/or PIN were authenticated at the merchant's terminal.
what
with
was
no
the merchant?
errors.
What was the merchant?
Loafing jug. For $124. That's steep for a loafing jug.
Maybe he filled up a truck with gas.
Well, it could have been diesel, I guess, but
But it definitely. Do you even go to Loaf and Jug?
No.
Where is Loaf and Jug? This one where the
Well,
card was present.
in Johnstown, and I was north of Seattle at the time.
Oh my God! And they're saying the card was present, Suzanne. I'll
don't
read
even know
it.
what to say.
I'm going to read it during the break. Hold on. I want to read exactly what it says. And Kelly, I would like you to get on one of our guys from our credit card processing company. And then I know Deputy Doc has got a great idea on this as well. He's given out great advice. We'll get to that as well. But we might have an answer for you. That thing could have been cloned. I don't know if they actually used a PIN number. I'd probably part ways with you, man, if they used a PIN number. 303. And a lot of these pumps, I don't know if that loafing jug has chips or not, or if it's the old school using the magnetic. I don't know. 303-713-8255. And by the way, we've got another, an eHarmony. Oh, man, I can't wait to hear that. In fact, Deputy Doc can probably chime in on that.
You got it, Mark.
He's the only person I know that has gotten kicked off from Match.com.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, home of the Money Today guarantee.
For the most part, an easy drive throughout the Denver Metro as we hit that 11 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound back to highway speed.
This is working out. I think it was my doubt going in that has made it so easy now.
Say that again, sir.
I think that it was my doubt that it would work that's making it so comfortable now.
Yeah, except
it is working.
I'm going to be holding in my piss for 3 hours. I was staring at that massive one right there.
You want me to get you a drink, Mark?
You better not.
Oh, there goes my cup.
No way.
Okay, hold on,
want a
guys.
bottle of water?
Hold on. Mitch Floria, theartofgranite.com. You want the most beautiful new countertops. Suzanne and I have used them multiple times. They did the bathroom upstairs, our laundry room, part of our kitchen. You can either go out to Mitch and pick out the stone right there. They have granite. They have natural quartz. They have all kinds of natural stone and some man-made materials. They got a showroom at I-70 in West Colfax, and you can call up and get a quote right over the phone. That's the part I love. You might need to send them some measurements, a couple couple pictures, but a quote over the phone. Their pricing is unbelievable. Mitch is the owner. Great people. 303-386-5919. Theartofgranite.com. K&H Home Solutions. You want that entire bathroom redone? Maybe that new shower. Maybe take that old tub out and turn it into a big walk-in or a steam shower. You name it. If you can have a vision of it, they can help you build it. They can show you everything, how much it's going to be. 50, 65, oh my God, 65 years in business. These are the guys we trust. K&H Home Solutions, 303-421-7100. And some people I really love, you ready for this? Fix It 24/7. $29. I might have that off, $39 you can get a licensed HVAC, plumbing, or electrician out to your house to give you an estimate on what's going on. Maybe a light switch isn't working, or a GFI keeps going off, or your furnace isn't working. The hot water's not as hot as it used to be. These guys, for $39, will send out a licensed, insured technician to give you an estimate. FixMyHome.com. That's FixMyHome.com. Did I not hit next event? Yeah, I thought I hit it.
Mark, you need a bottle? Oh, you need some more water?
I'd love some more water,
I'll
Doc.
go get you one. You got anybody else?
No, thank you. So where's Stomp today?
He blew some stuff up last night and was up all night.
Trying to fix his cloud.
He blew some stuff.
He's working with the AI now, right? AI.
I know he dabbles in a little bit of everything, but I don't keep up too much.
That's an amazing program.
What is this? Oh, this can't be for this one. Where is it? Where's the I do not see it, Suzanne. I don't know what you're looking at. Who's it from?
I sent it to you. It's from Help. It says KeyBank. I sent it to Mark at, your email.
I just resend it. Oh, here it is. I need help.
The subject says KeyBank. Maybe you need to refresh.
I've got like 7 from Help in here.
I just sent it like 4 minutes ago.
I found it.
Okay.
But when I look at this, it's a $3,124 estimate that has something to do with Forward KeyBank.
Yeah. And if you look at the attachment, here it is.
But what's the 100?
I didn't read that. I just looked at his attachment for the letter. The $124.
Boy, Joe, I'm going to go to you here. I'm going to be talking to you in a minute.
All right.
And we're going to talk mymoneymyway.com, right?
Right, 779-6600.
All right, 303-713-8255. We do have one line open, 303 Martino. By the way, that number works on and off the air. You can leave us a message at any time. Please pass it on to your neighbors, anybody that needs help, 303 Martino, or you can email us, help, H-E-L-P, at troubleshooter.com. I'm going to put that picture of Tom up back from 95. It's Tom and myself, and that'll be on our YouTube feed. If you go to YouTube, type in Troubleshooter Network, 2 words, you'll see the live feed right there. Click on it, and I'm going to put that up during next break. Now, I did read through that dispute, and I've got a lot of questions for Bill in a second, but I want to talk to Joe Chiano, mymoneymyway.com. Joe, I've known you now, I don't know, 10 years, maybe even longer than that. Yeah, I've been looking at different products, different annuities through you. Make sure you hit the on button. I think one of the biggest things I get, and it's generally from older folks that are in their 60s plus, there was a very big stigma on annuities way back when, but now they're not like that. You ran numbers for me. I want people to listen to this. And I've had people actually email me when I've said this on air saying, oh, that can't be true. I can't grow that much. I said, Joe, if I got an annuity right now for $125,000, what would it be worth in a year? Or 2 years? I might have said 100,000, but we're in the ballpark. Right. What is the value of that policy in a couple years? And then what is, if I don't borrow from it or do anything with it, with the bonus money we're going to talk about and everything, what's it going to be worth in 10 years to 12 years, which is where I think I would want to start pulling the cash side to it. Here's what blew me away about it. So at the end of the first year, that $125,000 was worth over $150,000.
That is right.
So the value of my account at that point is over $150,000 just in 1 year. I mean, that's 20%. And really the reason that is the bonus. Correct. Some of the growth, but that's because of the bonus.
That is right.
And the annuity I'm referring to that you quoted me on is with a 15% bonus.
15% bonus, that's right.
And we'll talk about bonuses in a second. Now, 12 years from now, I have different options. Listen to this. Option number 1, I can turn on the money stream. It's like a paycheck for life, and I love that. And my paycheck for life was over $2,000. No, I think it was $3,000.
Yeah, it's about $36,000 a year.
Yeah, $36,000 a year. So I'd be at that point, I'd be about 62. I would get $3,000 a month till the day I died.
Exactly.
If I wanted to go that direction. $3,000 a month till the day I died. So if I live to 100, I mean, that's insane. And I probably won't, but I'm just saying.
Well, you should.
I hope so. So $3,000 a month. Now, the cash value, remember the original investment was somewhere, I think 125. The original investment, 125. 12 years from now, my account value was over $500,000.
That is right.
And if I wanted to just take the $500,000, could I do it?
Absolutely.
Now listen to what he said. A lot of people think the annuity, you only get that monthly payment. Now, personally, I would probably take that because of my circumstance. I like having that revenue come in. But if you just want to put $100,000 in there or $125,000 and let it sit 10 years, you'll have over $500,000 in 12 years. Think about that. And a lot of it, some of it depends on age, but generally it's going to be close to the same numbers long as it sits for the same period of time.
That is right. It's guaranteed, Mark.
Guaranteed. It's not like the stock market.
Nothing
where,
at all.
One day you've got $100,000 worth of Microsoft. Next day you got 70.
Exactly.
Next day you got 90. Next day you got 105. And who knows where it's going to be when you retire.
That is right. So it's totally guaranteed.
I love that aspect of it.
I do too. And you know what? We had people that came in a couple of days ago to the office.
Yeah.
That were listening to the show, and they had the same exact way of thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
They thought, well, you know what? If I don't want to take an income for life or a paycheck for life,
what can I do?
I just cash it in.
Yes, you can.
$500,000 cash. Then you can do whatever you want. You can take a trip around the world.
Think about it.
And all that.
Think about it. If you're 50 like I am, and you've got $200,000 in, say, a 401k or whatever, or $250,000, you could actually, and you want a guaranteed $1 million,
right?
A guaranteed $1 million
Absolutely.
in 12 years.
We have had people like that, Mark.
So, but here's the other thing. Here's the other question I get, Joe. Well, okay, let's say I wait that 10, 12 years and I die Now what happens? Do they keep my money?
No. See, what happens is the account value
Yep.
will go directly to your beneficiary.
Directly.
You were talking about, passing on generational wealth.
Yes.
This is exactly what this is. It's like a death benefit that goes to the beneficiary.
Yeah, so
And
in other words,
Suzanne would get it, right?
Yeah, you're not there to take it,
Right.
but whoever you want to take it, the beneficiary gets it.
And then she can get her own annuity.
And do the same thing.
Do the same thing and pass it on to the children.
And you can do couples annuities.
Oh, absolutely.
You can do single annuities.
That is right.
He even has annuities. Okay, and I want to explain bonuses real quick, then I'm going to get right to the phone. On the bonus part, depending on the annuity, Joe's got a whole portfolio of annuities he sells. One's at each trust. The best one for me was at 15% bonus. There's ones out there with 25 and 30% bonuses,
And
but
we have
what's
them.
the drawback?
We have them.
I know you
Okay,
do.
well,
but they're not right for me, but they might be right for somebody
else.
in their 20s.
That is right. Because see, that bonus that they're talking about, that 25 to 30% bonus, is not an upfront bonus. They're going to get that at the end.
At the overtime.
At the
so
overtime.
they don't have my
That growth.
15% has a benefit of
Day
the
one.
growth on my policy.
Day one.
The 30% bonus
It's
up
not-
until a certain time frame, what, 10 years,
10
20?
years, 15, 20 years, depending on the company.
That's when it kicks in.
That's right, when you start taking an income out.
And you can borrow from most of these as well, right?
Well, you can actually take money out every year if you like.
Yeah, you can't
up to
liquidate it.
10%,
I don't
right.
want people to think you can liquidate it without getting a hit.
A penalty,
I mean,
right.
A penalty, yeah. You don't want to do that. If you buy an annuity, you're basically giving up liquidity for guaranteed growth, no matter how you look at it.
Not really, Mark, okay? Because, see, people can actually have the freedom to take 10%
That's right.
of their account
yeah,
value.
Joe, but I know, but if something happens and if they only have 200,000 period, that's it, all in retirement, and they put in a new annuity and all of a sudden hell breaks loose and their kid's got a $150,000 hospital bill, this is not the product for them.
That is right.
You diversify.
You diversify, Mark, and also this is why I am a fiduciary. I'm a
Yes.
certified financial planner.
Hell, you teach.
And I teach that. I
He,
teach
listen to
financial
this one,
planners.
folks. He actually teaches and certifies financial advisors in Colorado.
That is right. People that sell annuities.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you just a real brief thing.
Go
okay?
ahead.
Mark, you were talking about Sandy, the hot tub lady.
Yeah,
that
the
had
hot tub
problems.
lady.
And when she calls that company, they say, well, the employees are not working anymore, so we can't do nothing about it, right? That's the gist of it. Now, here's the thing. I have seen people in my profession that come to me because they can't get a hold of their old financial advisor. That financial advisor left, so they're basically orphaned. So they come to us, and I can tell you one thing, and tell the listeners one thing, Mark. We are a family-owned company.
Yeah,
based in
Jordan's
Colorado.
by your side.
My son, that will be coming on pretty soon on the radio here, is actually my partner. We have 10 financial advisors with us.
Nice.
So if anybody leaves, we are a family. We're family owned. We're going to be here. We've been together longer than you have been alive. Man.
Jeez,
Think
you're
about
making
that.
me feel young.
No, you are. Because, see, we started back in 1972.
That's
So, I mean,
great, Joe.
This is proven and tested.
Listen, folks,
Guarantees.
any questions you have for Joe, they can do a Zoom, they can do it in person, they can come to you, whatever it is. And there's no arm twisting here. They're going to tell you what it is. Tell them the dollar amount, tell them what you're looking to do. They'll give you every option in the world and what's right for you. That's the part I like, the fiduciary part of this. Plus, I like Joe personally. I trust him. Go to mymoneymyway.com, mymoneymyway.com. And any questions you have while he's here, call up. You want to try to shoot holes in annuity? Call up, mymoneymyway.com. Now, listen, we're going to take a break. We're going to go back to that key bank because I read through that. Tammy's got an issue with the contractor. I'm dying to hear what's going on with Donna and eHarmony. And then JR has got a comment on me. Kelly, give me a little preview. Is it a good comment or a bad comment?
I think he's got good thoughts for you.
Oh, I don't know if I want to talk to him then. Hold tight.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by
303-779.
Let me see if I have it. 779-6600.
Right, and also talk about, people can actually convert.
We're going to hit, you're
They
here
can-
for another hour at least, right?
Yeah, till Well, 12:30.
Yeah, okay,
Jordan
good.
will take over that.
Is he coming in?
No, he's going to be calling in.
Okay.
But I'm going to stay here till about 12:15, 12:30.
Yeah, we'll hit it again.
Yeah. And, people that have 401ks, IRAs.
I got you.
Things like that to
Yep.
transfer that over. Because I'm excited. We're going to get this 2024 rolling. You know that?
I'm looking forward to 2020. I'm looking forward to this nice vacation we got set up in March.
Where are you going?
Hold on. I got to do these spots.
A vacation again? Oh, my gosh.
We
So
take
you
a
guys
lot.
travel
They
all
take
the
a lot
time.
of time off.
I'm going to do it in my 50s because I'm fortunate
Jeez.
enough to be able to do it.
Yeah. Well, you can still do when you're 70.
Well, I can
Look
still,
at Tom.
but I can still do the show anywhere I'm at. I'm
right.
fortunate enough to have a job where I can do it.
You're remote.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy Mitchell and Karen, these guys are great. They got a showroom, any flooring you can imagine. I mean, we're talking carpet, LVP, LVT, laminates, engineered hardwoods, solid hardwoods, tile. These guys have it all, and their pricing is unbelievable. They've got a new line of proximity mills. I want you to look it up right now. You've been thinking of flooring. Just Google proximity mills. You're going to be astonished by the great reviews. But they got a showroom at 52nd and Ward, 470 in Quebec. They have in-house shopping. That's the way I would do it. They'll bring all the samples to you. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Go there right now. SimplyFloorsInc.com. How about the best pricing, and I mean the best pricing, on a new water heater? Check this out. 40-gallon water heaters, $1,299. A 50-gallon water heater, $1,399. I know you're thinking, what's the catch, Mark? No catch. These are 6-year warranties at a minimum, either Rheem or A.O. Smith. It includes installation. It includes the haul away of the old one, new water supply lines, new gas flex lines, the whole kit and caboodle. EuroPlumbingColorado.net, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Now, let's talk solar, Red Rock Solar. If you have a commercial building, you can get up, and you've got to do this, I think, before the 15th it goes away. In fact, we need to get her on, Suzanne, again. But if you have a commercial building, you can get up to 90%. 90% of the solar system paid for. You're not going to get a better deal. They'll hold their hand through it, do all the paperwork. Please check them out, 303-704-2449 or Red Rocks RS, redrocksrs.com. Fuller Retirement. Fuller. Retirement planning. Okay, we're good.
Be sure to knock out a house spot.
Ma'am?
Knock out a house spot
I'll
or
do it
two.
right
You don't
now.
have a whole lot today.
I'm going to do a long one on Water Pros. So knock them both out. Yep, you're right. Frank's done. What'd you say, sir?
He is giving me a tough time. He thinks I was going in there being all Miss Bossy. You know I'm not a bossy person.
Ask me that question.
How can you not be bossy with that at home?
Can you imagine what he would be like if Susan wasn't there to control him?
I know.
You better ride that thing like a donkey. Golly. And I don't mean that way.
Awful.
Sorry.
You're
Sorry,
like
Susan.
controlling, just like controlling. That's
Oh, God.
She's like the governor on a car, that keeps it from going too fast.
Yeah.
You should see it like, it's not like it anymore because my parents are so old, but we go back 10 years. My parents would get me riled so up, you couldn't even. She'd be my only sanity.
Nice. Well, at least, you make a good balance.
We're the yin and yang here.
Oh, my God. I just couldn't believe it. My parents were so anti-Trump. It created so many rifts, you couldn't even believe it, man.
Really?
Oh, yeah, my son is...
My mom is the polar opposite of me. She was a school teacher. She gets so mad. Now, maybe this is in the heat of an argument. I'm like, okay, let's see. You made what, $60,000 a year at best, at absolute best, your entire life.
Right.
My son's pulling down way more than that. no college education. He's got a path to be, it's just like, you just can't explain to some people in some generations.
Exactly.
But that's the point. It's the generation.
It is.
Yeah.
My son and my
The
ex-wife.
mindset.
You know what she said about Liz Cheney? She goes, "Oh, I like Liz Cheney. You know what? Because she votes the way she feels." I said, no one's ever got tossed out as bad as Liz Cheney. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. 303-713-TALK. Don't forget, 303 Martino works on and off the air now. I want to go back and kind of finish up with Bill. Bill, you sent us this information. KeyBank denied a claim that you didn't make a charge at a loaf and jug for $124. For the life of me, when I look at your email, why do I see an email with a receipt or something from Karis Corner for $3,124? What
Carl's
is that?
Corner.
What is that?
Oh, that's the business I own.
Why'd you send that to me?
Well, no, it should have a thing where it got that's where the debit card was through.
You just totally lost me. I have no idea what that means.
So it's a business debit card is what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, you're saying the business card says Carl's Corner on it?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a couple pieces of advice. So they already went through, and KeyBank said, too bad, so sad. And from what I'm reading, they're assuring you, which I don't believe, that the card was present and it was either chipped or it was a PIN number put in. That's what I'm reading by their response. Deputy Doc, I would like you to reach out to... Well, wait a minute. Do we have an angel at KeyBank?
Don't that I know of. No.
That sucks. And by the way, for folks new to the show, an angel is a insider at a business. Doc?
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Were you at a different geographical place when this...
he was out of the state.
You were out of the... Well, I think have you tried getting... an affidavit claiming that you were out of the state and there was no way...
Actually, I don't even think an affidavit would be needed. Doc brings up a good thing, but I doubt you did this. When you were out of state, where were you?
I was about an hour and a half north of Seattle. On Camano Island.
Did you happen to use that debit card that day?
I don't know. Probably.
Listen, man, if you can show... I'll tell you this right now. I already got the letter of denial. If you can show that on one of your statements for that same debit card they're denying the chargeback on, that you used it somewhere outside of Seattle, we'll get this handled quick, man. But, I mean, that would be the ultimate thing. If that doesn't happen, I still would like... No, I want to stick with that. I want you to look through your stuff, and I want you to email it to help@troubleshooter.com. Anything a little before, a little after, or the best would be the day of, that debit card was used. I want you to send me proof of that in the statement form. They have nothing to stand on if you can do that. How could you use it in Seattle and at Johnson's Corner in the same breath? That would be impossible.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, that bing, ding, ding, ding. I mean,
Just go to your bank statement. It'll show your debit card transactions for those days.
Now, if you don't have that, I'm going to have either Deputy Doc or I'll have
on the line on the line below of that other page. It shows that I got a debit card for an upgrade on the Alaska Airlines for $30.
Well, that doesn't help.
I don't even know what that.
From Seattle, though.
Oh, you were flying.
Yeah.
What, say that again.
Oh, he was at the airport and he charged for an upgrade for Alaska Airlines.
At what airport?
Was that at DIA?
No, to Seattle.
Oh, up in Seattle.
On that same day?
Yeah.
Oh. Hold on. On the same day the false charge was made, you actually used that debit card at an airport in Seattle.
It shows it on that second email.
Second email? I didn't even know there was a second email.
Well, no, it's the same email, but I sent you two pictures. One with the KeyBank thing and the other one...
All right, hold on. Over the break, I'm going to look at that again. Because how do they justify that? Did you point that out to them? Hey, I was in Seattle using the card.
Well, when they called me, I said, I'm on Camino Island. There is no way I can be in Johnstown at the same time.
And they called you. Hold on a second. This whole thing transpired. They called you for a fraud alert.
Yes.
You know what, KeyBank, this is ridiculous. There is nothing here. KeyBank is doing this entirely wrong. 100% wrong. These guys had a fraud alert going, this probably isn't happening. And I bet you that fraud alert was triggered because one charge is made in Seattle and one in Colorado at the same time. This is absurd. What is a bank as big as KeyBank doing screwing around with this poor guy? It's $124. This is why people use debit and credit cards, for the protection. This is outrageous. This, honest to God, is outrageous. We need to reach out to him. In fact, Suzanne, I would like you to reach out to someone in KeyBank.
Okay, I want to see the bank statement first. It's not in the email, so he needs to send that.
Send us the bank statement that has both, all right?
Okay.
Help@troubleshooter.com. We're not going to drop the ball on this. Send us a statement that has both charges. All right, folks, 303 Martino. I'll let you know when a line's open. We should have one in a minute. Everybody hang tight. We've got full lines and a ton coming up. Contractor, eHarmony, and JR, I promise I'll let you talk about me.
The banking commissioner in Colorado might be able to get involved.
Say that again?
The banking commissioner in Colorado.
Well, there's also, remember Trish used that one lady for Sadie's debit card fraud, and they fixed it right away. I should.
Was it KeyBank?
She works federally, so then they have so many hours to
Consumer Financial Protection.
Yes,
the one they're really good.
But I think I will send it to KeyBank first and see if they're willing to handle it. But I want to see that those charges were made on the same day.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's amazing. God.
It's jerky. It's $124.
Right. Well, you know, they got those chips on the gas pumps, you know what I mean? That they copy your credit card.
Yeah.
They can use it. So maybe he used a card and somebody got it.
Well,
he went to Seattle with the same credit card.
But Johnson's Corner is in Colorado, right?
It's right there by Fort Collins.
What? Yeah.
It's Johnstown.
Johnstown.
No.
They got a brand new bucket.
I don't think.
fill.
Johnstown's up in the mountains
north?
or something, right?
What?
Johnstown, I think, is in the mountains.
I thought it was down south.
Wow.
north.
Johnstown, Colorado. It's up north, guys.
It's right off the highway.
Well, Shannon
That's
always
Johnstown?
kind of.
Oh, am I thinking Jamestown?
All
no,
right.
Really?
God, get with it pronto.
Oh, oh my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
So we got to cut some new spots, Mark. You know, for Mark or you.
Oh,
or Tom.
put up the picture again. I said we would. Yeah, we do.
We got to do that because if we're doing that many, we got to
I agree.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Troubleshooter Show.
Send bullet points. Let's keep the theme similar, but we'll do multiple spots.
Hello. How are you?
The movie again, probably in March.
Yeah, definitely. So, did want to let you know that you are scheduled to have a live 120 at 1:15 today. A live read. So, Mark will probably just interview you during that time so you can get a 2-minute spot. Yeah,
God,
I
I can't believe
it's
it's
know
hair.
what you want to talk about.
But generally, it's going to be close to the same numbers, long as it sits for the same period of time.
No worries.
I can't believe how much you look like our son there. To me, you look so much like Miles there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now,
I'm going to send it to son.
Dispute, and I've got a lot of questions blew me away about it.
What's the name? Grouch?
You quoted me on is with
Geraldo Rivera?
No, the other guy.
Perfect.
Oh, Marco. Or
Mark, what the hell?
something Mark.
Oscar.
All right, you got it.
No.
Hang on for me, and I'll let your dad know that you are on.
Yeah. God, it's like Marcho or something.
Yeah. All right.
Marco. It's not Marco.
You know what I'm going to
Marcho,
Do we have
Grouch.
John on
let me see.
access?
This will correct me. I know exactly. Yeah, he does. When he had full head of hair.
Well, that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah. It is. It's Marco. Marco Grouch.
I don't know what happened, Dragon, but there is like 10,000 lives today.
Well, you were in on the email, right?
It doesn't stand still.
Yeah.
So what?
No, and you know what sucks about time?
Mark,
the older you get, the quicker it goes.
I know.
When you're younger, it takes forever. When
Time is our greatest wealth.
when you're 18, you don't think 21's ever going to be
It
there.
is.
Two ways to make money.
the log, and it'll look like they're live.
Yep.
Just I don't trust that he's going to be able to.
But if you don't got time, you don't got
18
money.
break. Yeah. No.
Well, and at some point, you'd be willing to give up all the money for time.
Hey, Jordan is in the studio now on the line. I can see that here.
Jordan.
So
Jordan
really,
Keanu.
Really hit the 401k transfers, the IRA, the investment account transfers, and all that.
Hey, Dragon.
Okay, Joe. Yes, for sure.
Um,
Are you going?
Shannon has been a real doll, or I should say a peach today.
Oh, okay.
He's
good,
putting
good,
up the ones coming up in the break afterwards. Shannon, would you explain to him what you were doing, because it works perfect?
Mark is mildly handicapped and needs to know long in advance what lives he has. Is that explain it?
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. So I was
I'm going to disagree with the way you phrased it.
Mildly. It's not like you get to park closer at the grocery store. I'm gonna park closer.
Mark Groucho Marx.
Yeah,
Is
Groucho
that who
Marx.
it was?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Thanks, Chris Cartwright.
Thank you. Spank you very often. Thank you very much.
Shannon is
Thank you,
one of the
Shannon.
funniest people we know.
Cut it out.
Funniest looking.
Yeah, that's it. So you have the next three and the next three down there. Yeah, then I was like typing. Yeah, I was doing like next break, da da da, 1, 2, 3. You know.
Oh, look, here he sent it. Let me look. He says I
Because
sent
Mark's
you
a bit touched.
I had the perfect question for John, and I swear to God, I can't remember it now.
Proclivities, don't you know? I'm just bummed out I can't ride Kelly home today. No. That does sound like a problem.
All right, I'll send this one off to KeyBank. It shows 918 and 918. Yeah, but it also shows he had a deposit in branch on the same day. I guess it's possible someone else made that deposit.
No, we need to ask him about that. That's curious.
I mean,
God, I had the perfect question.
I see. He's sending me a printout. I want to see the bank statement. I want to see bank statement, not online printout. Please.
Did you get rid of Bill?
No? He's there.
No, we're done until he sends over the statement.
He sent over the first thing, and then I just emailed him, Kelly, saying,
Okay.
I want to see the bank statement itself.
10 seconds.
All right.
Site cash. That's cash. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. You have found the show that's right for you. We use the power, and I mean that, the power of the media, the power of everybody around us to make those morons doing wrong do right. I guess that's one way to put it. Here's the deal. You know, my diction is very impeccable.
It's perfect.
It's perfect diction. Tom always makes fun of my diction, but I think I get the point across.
I don't make fun of it.
That's true. You don't. You're used to it over 30 years.
Sure.
All right, listen, folks. One line open. Sorry, it's not. But 303 Martino works on and off the air over $300 million cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds directly, and I mean directly due to this show. Directly. So if you need help, 303 Martino or help at troubleshooter.com, and we use both of those 24/7. You got a problem, reach out to us. If we don't answer, you can leave a message, or of course you can email and you'll probably get a response quicker. We'll line you up for the show. But how we do it is we get you, the audience, involved. You right now, driving in the car, sitting at home, at work listening, on the podcast, whoever you are, we use you to help people do the right thing. Like the spa company this morning. And I'm kind of tagging them every hour for a reason. These guys sold Sandy a tub. I don't know how much she paid for it. I'm guessing $5 to $10 grand. And the tub leaked from day one. They sent out an independent person to look at it because I'm guessing they don't have a service department. Someone do me a favor and put the name of these clowns up for me. So, no, I want to make sure I got the right name, the exact name. I know most of it, but I want the exact name. So here's the deal. These guys sent out an independent person, according to them, and the independent person right there at Sandy said, well, I mean, we don't really see that much leaking, but when we were in there, there's damage. There's definitely damage inside. And now the hot tub company, this thing's only a few months old. The hot tub company doesn't want to do anything for him. Doesn't want to do anything. And Deputy Doc, that's all locked up. I can't look at that. Deputy Doc sent some pictures, and we're going to put them up. Is this from Sandy? Yes. We're going to put these up on our YouTube feed. So I want you to go to youtube.com, and then I want you to type in Troubleshooter Network. You're going to see the pictures she sent that have to do with leaking. Send those over to Suzanne so we can get them up, Doc. But these guys won't do anything. Now they've ghosted her. They've blocked her email. They're refusing to do anything. The only answer, Kelly, when you called up, where's the name of the hot tub company? When you called these people up, what did they say?
Well, they hung up on me.
Well, prior to hanging up on you.
They would not give me their name.
Now,
And they
can you
told me
imagine
that
calling
two
up
people,
calling up any business and they won't even give you the name of the person? What jerks.
Well, and, Sandy had worked with two other people at that company who are no longer there. So that's basically what they said. And then
what's the name of the damn
hung.
company again? I have got to just keep it up on the screen.
Aqua Living Spas.
Aqua
According
Living
to Sandy's email.
Spas. Hold on. There's more to it. I'm going right to their Google page. Aqua Living Factory Outlets. That's what I was looking for. Aqua Living Factory Outlets at 5030 Nome Street. Please, folks, if you're listening, give them a call. How come you won't fix her brand new tub? It's under warranty. Their only excuse, once again, is the people that sold it to you no longer work here. Right, Kelly?
Correct.
That's insane. I've never heard of anything like that. So if I go buy a car from a dealership from Eric, and Eric is no longer a salesperson, my warranty's gone, too bad, so sad. You're a bunch of dumbasses at Aqua Living Factory Outlets. You are. I just can't believe it. If I didn't hear it from myself or from Kelly, I wouldn't believe it. And we've also had callers call in that have reached out to them. And what do the callers have to say in general?
So one of the callers got yelled at by the same gentleman who talked to me. I don't know
The
his name.
no-name son of a...
Yep, the no name. And they also got hung up on and was told, do not ever call here again.
All right, folks. So listen, this is what we call getting involved, helping out Sandy. This is a community coming together to give these guys a live review. We're listening to this guy talk to you about you on the air right now. You guys, apparently this is what happens. We can't even get their side of the story. All we can get is Sandy's. And Sandy's is they ghosted us. And I believe her based upon exactly what's going on when people call up and ask about it. Give them a call right now for me, 303-285-9277. Aqua Living Factory Outlets. Sold a spa, don't want to fix it, sent someone out to make sure everything was okay. That person said it was damaged, and no one wants to fix it. She just paid all this money, and she's got a broken spa. 303-285-9277. 9277 Aqua Living factory outlets. God, that is just crazy. It's crazy. And then their excuse, can you imagine being told you don't have a warranty anymore? There's nothing we can do to help you. We're blocking your email because our salesperson is no longer with us. Honest to God, in my opinion, they're the biggest jerks I've heard about all day. It's crazy. Now, JR's got a comment on me. I got to give this a little background. When I started the show off and we took that call, Sandy, I got very heated, just like I was a second ago. I got an email. I already deleted the troll's number, but he was very upset. I took the Lord's name in vain and that I scream, and he's never going to listen when I take over the show and blah, blah, blah. And that person, gosh dang it, I got to find his name again.
It was Robert.
Yeah, but I want his full name.
Oh.
I want his full name. Robert what? What was it? He wants to call me
Did you
out.
look in your trash?
Here it is. Robert Hall. So Robert Hall says, and I'm going to quote this, and I'll go to the phones. I digress. I'm sorry. This guy's got me riled up. And this is why I'm going to go to JR and get his comment. Wow, Mark. This is quote, wow, Mark. Another day of screaming from the get-go. Where's Tom? Also, using my Lord's name in vain, shame on you, dude. No, Robert, shame on you. And I hope you're still listening, but you want to know a secret, Robert? I know you're listening. I know you hang on every single word I say. I know I drive you crazy. You would think a sane person would just turn the dial, but you're not sane, and you're listening right now, and you're fuming. You're fuming, brother. You can call me right now, Robert, 303 Martino. And if you can't get through because we have full lines, you know what else? You can email us at help, and I'll have Kelly reach out to you. Why don't you be a man, grow a pair, and come on and tell me, Robert Hall, who I know's listening. You're sitting there saying you're not, but I know you are. Now, I digress. JR. JR's gone? Oh, he is there. Hey, JR, what's going on?
JR, yeah, I'm watching you, first of all.
Oh, cool, JR. Hey, do you like the YouTube feed? I like getting the word out there. You can watch us during breaks. Do you generally watch just on YouTube, or what do you do?
No, radio. I just put it on just to see your expressions.
Did you see the picture of Tom, by the way, when we had it up?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you should have looked at. You should have stayed long enough to look at that. It's from like a long time ago. Tom and I, I'm probably 20. Tom's, I don't know, 40, and he was with Channel 4 at the time, and it was in our cyber cafe. But anyhow, I digress. What's your comment, JR?
Well, okay, you believe God made you, correct? Do you believe in a God?
Yeah, I do. I'm not going to say I believe in any particular religion, but yeah, I believe in a higher power, sure.
Okay, God made you, or you believe that too?
Evolution, Mark?
I don't know. No, yeah, well, I don't know. Just hold on, Suzanne. I don't.
Suzanne is your higher
I don't know
power.
what you're trying to. I'm just skeptical of where you're going, so I'm going to say no. I don't know.
Mark, don't be suspicious. It's okay. It'll be all right.
JR, what's your comment?
Okay, you're getting a little agitated, but yeah, I don't appreciate you. I mean, using the Lord's name in vain. And Mark is. Tom has done that before too. Okay.
Yeah.
If let's say I.
Yeah, I know. I
get comments about your wife and said something. You're going to blow up, right? Or your children.
I have, and I will, and I'll continue to.
Right. So this guy that emails and all that, and I've heard you in the past use the Lord's name in vain. I don't appreciate it. I don't think Frank appreciates it either. He's too kind of a guy to tell you anything.
Oh, that's probably true, but Frank and I have had a relationship forever. Frank knows me pretty, I'll say, in depth, man.
Yeah, because and FAA, FCC cuts out certain cuss words, correct?
Yeah, there's kind of a list of them, but trust me, Christ is not one.
Right, Christ is not one because but. I just don't appreciate it. I mean,
I got to ask you, JR, since we're doing this real quick, I do have a question for you.
It's okay, Mark. Okay, go ahead.
Can I ask the question?
Yes, you can.
All right, I'm going to ask it, then I have to go to break, and then I'll come back for your answer. But I have never understood, and I say this with 100% honesty, hand to heart, I don't understand when people say certain things like, for Christ's sake, why that is taking the Lord's name in vain. I don't look at it that way, but I'd like your opinion on it. And then we're going to go to Donna with an eHarmony issue, a follow-up on the contractor Boyd Lizzie. I forget which one that is. I'll look at it. And then Tammy, you'll probably be up right after JR with an issue with contractor. Hold tight.
Susan, did you get those pictures from Sandy?
What's
at
that?
help@troubleshooter.com?
I'm sorry?
Did you get the hot tub pictures?
Is Joe, I'm sorry.
Yes.
John's on, God, I had the perfect call for him.
You know what I want?
Hold on. John Fuller, Fuller Law, my attorney, my personal injury attorney. We've used you multiple times. I got a question for you. Came in on an email. Is there ever, it says basically, I heard John Fuller on the show talking about you should have all kinds of insurance. Is there any period of time or any time someone should carry just liability insurance? John, that's a hell of a good question. What's your opinion?
Gosh, Mark, if I had to say there's an appropriate time, it would be for a car that I didn't drive and was parked in a building that, there was no chance of ever losing it. And I mean, the reality is this: there's so many people on the road that have no insurance or minimal limits. The old assumption that, well, as long as I'm not at fault, they'll have insurance and they'll cover my vehicle. I mean, it really today is a matter of, unless you can just completely live without that car and replacing it would not cause you one blip on your financial screen at all, then I would say no, it's not appropriate to just have liability.
John,
There's just too much risk.
I hate to interrupt you, but I'd actually argue that to a point. And what I mean is, even if that car, let's say it's a $500 clunker, yeah, okay, I understand insurance costs money, but if you don't have a policy that has uninsured and someone else hits you, forget about the $500 car. How about if you can never walk again? How about if you're off work for 60 days?
Well, the issue of liability versus a full coverage on the car is only dealing with the car. There would never be a circumstance where you should be on the road without having good coverage to protect yourself. And that means MedPay and uninsured motorist and all
everything.
that stuff. So we're talking strictly the vehicle. And what I find is that the people that can least absorb the loss of a vehicle
are hurt the worst.
Are the ones that are hurt the worst by having liability alone.
I agree.
It just becomes a crisis
and these
that they can't recover from.
These insurance companies will also know they get a good idea real quick. You need a fast settlement to get a new car. So they'll try to drag it out, or you take the low ball offer. I don't like insurance companies. That's the bottom line. Anybody out there, though, I have used John personally. You have any questions, you've been hurt in an accident, I want you to call John Fuller, 303-597-4500. Please put that number in your phone. When it happens, it just obstructs your entire life. My accident lawyer can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co. Now, let me tell you about Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. These guys will help you put it all together. They'll help you retire. And Tom uses these guys. He went to him. He sat down with him. They talked about his income. They talked about different investments he has. They help you with the taxes, the different ramifications you'll have. They talk about health care, the legacy. It's a trusted family-owned team approach to your retirement. And it goes far beyond just investments. They look at the overall picture. Check them out at rpcenter.com. That's rpcenter.com. Now, if you have a commercial building, you got about 5 or 6 days to reach out to Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Denver, Colorado has a lot of incentives right now in commercial buildings. You can get up to 90 to 95% of your solar system paid for through certain grants. They're going to walk you through everything. Call them right now, see if you qualify. You'll be shocked. A lot of people aren't taking advantage of this. It can even be a building on your property, like a steel building. Anything like that that's commercial. 303-704-2449.
No, I don't have collision on my car.
What? Say that again?
I don't have collision on my car. But, I mean, obviously I have everything else.
All right, I sent that off to KeyBank.
Did he send you the thing?
No, but after just thinking about that a little more, I went ahead and sent that because they called him and said there was a fraud charge. I'm taking him on his word.
Got it.
So we'll see. Are you doing a live?
I will do a live.
I was going to talk. I wasn't sure if you were ready to do a live.
Water Pros coming up.
Are you done with your lives, though?
Yeah, I'm done with my lives for this break. I need to know. I do want to know.
I've been, yeah, I know.
You know how many I've done? How many lives have I done so far?
I've counted 3, 4.
Unbelievable.
At least 30.
30 on the dot
So-
is what I counted.
30 lives, and none of those in-house.
10 seconds, guys.
Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. I want to tell you about Water Pros. Paul, the waterman. You know what we say, the best for less? I got to tell you something about this guy and this company, Water Pros. In fact, it's waterpros.net. Paul's a stand-up guy, man. He sells the same equipment other people do. In fact, in some cases, it's better on some of the softeners. But the same stuff for so many thousands less, it's crazy. There's people that have paid $6-7 for full house systems that he sells for $2,000. There's people that have paid thousands for point of view stuff that gets rid of forever chemicals, where he saves them, at under $1,000. It's remarkable. The water business, there's a lot of unscrupulous high markup companies out there. Please call the right guy. He'll come out, he'll test the water, he'll show you everything going on. There's no arm twisting, there's no pressure. He just wants you to have the best water. And if you really look at it, these forever chemicals, every single day we're seeing more and more about them. But check him out, waterpros.net. Tell him we were talking about him. He really is a good guy, and he's an honest guy, and the company's been around forever. And by the way, he's actually a plumber. So give Paul a call. Just go to waterpros.net. That's it, waterpros.net. Now, I am not going to belabor this because this is not what the show is, but I asked JR a question, then we're going to get off of this. I said, for Christ's sake today, and trust me, I got some emails on it, but JR called in and says, that's taking his Lord's name in vain, and he wanted to take that up for me. So I simply asked him the question, how is that taking the Lord's name in vain? I actually Googled, Christ's sake. You know what the synonym is for it? Which is amazing to me. First of all, used to express surprise, and that's exactly how I used it. It is surprising to me. But they say the thesaurus, for the love of God. So I want to ask you, JR, and then I'll let you talk. If I say for the love of God, is that taking the Lord's name in vain as well?
Well, you didn't mean it to love or honor God. You meant it to make an expression, okay?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. When I say for Christ's sake, I am saying that is a surprise to me. I'm like, I can't believe that happened.
I understand that, but that's not honoring God. You asked the question. You're not honoring Christ. You honor your wife and you love your wife. You wouldn't make any, I don't believe, any derogatory remarks against your wife. It's the same way I love my Lord.
All right, JR, I guess we're just, it's not even a difference of opinion. I respect your opinion, and I'll say this, I'll try to watch it. How's that? It's something I've done for a long time. I don't do it a lot, but sometimes I do it. But I got to tell you something, man. I do part ways with you when you say it's disrespect. I don't mean it as disrespect to anybody's God. You know, I just don't know. I don't know how else to express that. So if in my heart, I don't mean it as disrespect to whoever's God we're talking about, why would it be disrespectful? But I'm done with that. So, Kelly, you can clear that up for me now. Now, this eHarmony, I have been just chomping at the bit to get to. Donna, what is going on with eHarmony? I haven't heard eHarmony. I remember seeing TV commercials with these guys forever. It seemed to have slowed down. What's going on?
I joined last year, and they allowed you to make one payment or of over $100, or you could pay it all off. I think it was about $400. So
are we talking about, hold on, Donna, I just know nothing about their business model. So with eHarmony, you can either pay monthly or you can pay annually?
You can pay for about 3 months.
Yeah.
Or you can pay for a whole year.
So if you pay for, so it's $400 a year or $100 a quarter?
Approximately.
And what did you pay?
The 100 on my credit card.
Okay, so you paid the 100, and let me guess what? After 3 months, they charge you another 100.
No, I couldn't get on.
What do you mean you
I was
couldn't?
locked out.
What does that mean?
I couldn't get on. I could not get onto the site. I was locked out.
Well, when you call them up, you got to kind of help me out with this. When you call them up and say, I can't get in, what do they say?
You can't call them up.
Okay, when you email them, what do they say?
I never emailed them. I tried to call.
Well, but you just said you can't call them.
That's right.
How old are you,
That's correct.
Donna? I'm just curious.
69.
Okay. So when you call them, is there even a message?
Every number I had for them did not work.
Okay. Deputy
I had
Doc.
trouble.
Okay, hold on a second. Deputy Doc, you're in the same age range. In fact, you're a little older than Donna. In fact, you're a spring chicken compared to Donna. No, but in all seriousness, you've dealt a lot with these dating sites. Have you ever dealt with eHarmony?
Yeah, but Donna, what I would do is just use somebody else's computer and and send a message to customer service on somebody else's computer telling them that you paid your money, you're locked out, and what can you do about it?
Why someone else's computer?
Well, she said she can't get on her computer.
Well,
no,
go ahead.
No, they locked me out, and then you couldn't contact them. Now they've sent me to collections.
Wait a minute. Wait, I thought you said you paid, though.
I paid for 3 months.
Yes, so why would they send you to collections if you paid for 3 months?
Because she wasn't
I don't
able.
know. You cannot talk to them.
She wasn't able to cancel.
Donna, I understand you can't talk to them. Here's what I'm not understanding. I actually asked you this before. You paid $100 for 3 months. Did it automatically try to bill you for the next quarter and then your credit card wouldn't go through and now that's why you're in collections? Do you think, I know you don't know because you can't talk to them or call them, but do you think that's what's going on? Or did by chance you cancel the credit card charge and they're coming after you for the first 3 months?
No. I never canceled the credit card charge.
Okay.
Because I used it for 3 months. I had to cancel my credit card because I had signed up for Netflix.
Okay.
And
so
what
then when
happened
they
with
tried, I got you. Then when they tried to bill you. So a couple things. One, I honestly think what happened when you signed up for eHarmony, you basically signed up for the year, but you signed up in quarterly payments. So you probably, so you signed an agreement saying that you're going to pay for the rest of the year. Then you canceled that credit card. And I
had to cancel the credit card because
Netflix.
I had Netflix on my credit card.
I get it.
And I canceled Netflix after 11 days, and they verified that with me. But I kept getting a charge, $20 every month on this credit card
For Netflix.
and the credit card couldn't help me. And
Donna,
so I just had
Donna,
the
I get
credit
it.
card.
I get it. But regardless, you canceled the credit card when they tried to bill you under the contractual agreement that was annual. They couldn't do it, so they sent you over to collections. That's probably what happened. Now what we got to do is figure out how to get it solved, because even if all of that happened and you pay it now, you still can't get to the site. So here's what I'd like. I got to take this break, but Deputy Doc, would you please handle this?
Sure.
I mean, this should be a no-brainer for you.
I will do my best.
So either get her, well, it wouldn't be a refund, either get the collection or the dogs off of her, or let's get them paid, and then she has access, and maybe they'll give her a month free or something.
We'll try.
All right, so hold on, all right, Donna?
Okay.
You know, I could be playing bring that up a little. I could play matchmaker right now. Hold on, I'm good at this.
Oh, wow.
Deputy Doc and Donna.
No.
Two souls wandering around the earth looking for another. Two souls that would love to find love. Two souls that are looking to make other people happy, to live life together.
Wow,
Two souls.
Mark.
You hold on, Donna. I want you to hold on, and Deputy Doc is going to pick up offline.
This is Denver's.
Oh, okay. What's your name? Jonah, Jonah. Okay. Hang on for me.
Hey, Suze, can I use this computer to try and get a message to eHarmony? Okay.
It's slow.
Slow.
It's all right.
If you have not got your health insurance through the marketplace or however you get it, you need to call up Integra Insurance. Open enrollment closes in about 5 days. These guys are unbelievable. Over 25 years experience in the health insurance business. There's a lot of people out there, but these are the guys we call. In fact, Suzanne and I have used Integra Insurance every year to shop all the plans. People don't realize these plans change all the time. Your doctor might have been dropped. There might be a better plan to save more money if you're a younger couple. It doesn't matter. Call Integra up. They're going to do all the shopping for you, tell you all the options, and you got about 5 days. 303-466 5500, IntegraInsurance.com, IntegraInsurance.com. Euro Plumbing! EuroPlumbingColorado.net's our website. Here's the bottom line. 40-gallon water heaters, $12.99. 50-gallon, $13.99. Includes installation, delivery, haul away, new water supply lines, all the labor, new gas flex lines. They also do water heaters, repiping, garbage disposal, sump pumps, everything. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Let's talk about Made in the Shade. I don't care if you're looking for blind, shade, shutters, drapes. These guys got every bit of window covering you can imagine. What I love about Made in the Shade is they come to you, they do all the measurements, they do the installation, and they do it cheaper than the guys that make you do all the legwork. Give these guys a call. They'll bring out a color specialist. They'll help you choose what product you want, what kind of window covering you want, from $10 million homes to fix and flips. 720-458-6566. Made in the Shade.
I sent Miles the picture of you and Martino.
Yeah.
I said, your dad at your age, you guys look a lot alike there. He says, that's a good picture. Who is he with?
No one recognizes Tom. That's funny.
And I was like, that's Martino. He's like, what the hell?
Go pick up and talk to her, Doc.
I'm trying something.
No, but I'm saying just get her info so you can follow. I want to free the lineup.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Kelly usually just gives me the number.
Hey, Donna, what's the best number to reach you at? And that's 303-564-56. Perfect. Okay.
Hey, I want to get Buddy Mitchell up. Let her know I want Buddy Mitchell up.
You on the phone?
Yeah, for whatever line. I don't care what the question is. I got to work Buddy in.
Gotta get to Tammy. She's been waiting for like an hour and 40 minutes.
Kelly, did you hear Mark about Simply Floors?
No.
He wants you to call Buddy Mitchell and get him on the line to talk to him during his spot.
Oh, okay.
Or for a spot. So see if he's available.
Okay.
Suze, what is Mark like in a car? Does he scream at drivers? No, he doesn't. He's actually pretty chill. Oh, that was from earlier, wasn't it?
I'm a slow driver.
Yeah, he drives like an old man.
Occasionally, I'll hit that Tesla a little hard, but not a lot.
KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
All right, 303-713-8255. One line open, 303 Martino. You've been ripped off, bad landlord, bad contractor, any issue you got going. And by the way, I now declare myself a matchmaker.
Woo.
I think maybe I found...
Just another hat you wear.
It's just another hat, that's right. So any matchmaking problems, give me a call.
Relationship issues?
Well,
marriage advice?
That
You'll
goes
be invited
without...
to the wedding,
Hey,
Mark.
I've been married...
I promise.
Suzanne and I have been married over 30 years, so if you don't think we can give marriage advice, you're crazy. And there's a few basic points there that I won't touch on. 303-713-8255. One line open. And while I'm thinking about it, I want everybody to know about 888 Heating. You know what's cool about these guys? There's a lot of companies out there, if you got a 15 or 20-year-old furnace and something goes wrong with it, you call them out. The first thing they say, they look at it, they act like they're looking at it. Then they say, oh, it's almost 20 years old or over 20 and you need a new furnace. Here's an estimate for $85,000. No. Here's what's cool about 888heating.com. They'll send someone out, they'll look at it, and they're going to give you every option there is. If you want a replacement, they'll give you an option. If you want to fix it, they're going to tell you how much is just to fix it. If you want to spruce it up and do more than exactly what's broke so it lasts longer, they'll give you that option. These guys give you all the options. Garrett and the gang are great people. They've been around for many moons. 888heating.com is the best way to start with them. 888heating.com. Now, oh my goodness, where were we? Oh, on the matchmaking, Deputy Doc took that offline. What is that from?
Matchmaker, Fiddler on the Roof.
Look through your book.
God, I knew that sounded familiar.
Me a perfect match.
You know, I'm one step away from doing Tradio. All right, here's the deal, though. Deputy Doc's handling that off air. He's gonna get it fixed. He's either going to get her access to it, right, Doc, or a refund. I mean, one of the two.
I already looked on the screen, and there is a contact
Oh.
So I'll tell Donna how to go about doing that.
I love it. Let's try to get her helped out. I think it's kind of cool. There's people in that age range. Anybody over 60, honestly, that's going online to find love. I kind of find that kind of cool. I don't know. What do
Just
you
be
think?
careful out there. There's a lot of scams and
Yeah, that's the problem. You
imposters.
If she has any money, she could get fleeced for everything.
Yeah, that's what's the scary part.
Here's the deal.
Go ahead.
What I tell people when I do my AARP thing, find somebody local. Anybody out of state, out of the country is a scam.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Second thing is,
meet them in person.
If after 3 or 4 conversations, they won't meet you for a drink or for coffee in a public place, it's a scam.
Boot them.
Right.
Huh. Do you get a lot of that at AARP?
Yeah.
It's a big scam?
It is a big scam.
We've had calls into here where $100,000 later, some guy sitting in a basement in Jamaica, it fleeced her out. I mean, it's crazy. All right, folks, one line open, 303-713-8255. Let's see here. Tammy, what's going on with you?
Yeah, I went into a contract in February 2021 for a full renovation for the interior and exterior of my home. And the main thing was the foundation repair, which they didn't do according to the contract.
Well, a few questions here. What company?
Cervantes Construction.
How do you spell that?
CERVANTES.
CER.
VAN.
Mm-hmm.
TES.
TES. Cervantes what? Construction. So you hired them. What was the actual original problem? Help me out there. Like your house is tilted, it's sinking, your foundation's cracked. What, the drywall's cracking? What is it?
It was the foundation mainly.
But why? How did you know the foundation? That's what I'm asking for.
You could see it from the exterior of the house.
Oh, you could actually see it like sinking?
Yeah, like tilted in the cinder blocks.
Okay, so when they came out initially to look at it, what did they say they were going to do to repair it properly?
For the foundation repair, it says this includes all labor and materials for foundation repair, includes rebuilding east and partial north wall, includes installation of metal piers every 5 to 6 feet, includes waterproofing. They'll dig a 3-foot trench around the whole house for waterproofing, includes angle braces to all main beams to joints, includes moving dirt back to walls with the slope for proper water drainage.
And what was the total?
Also,
what was the total?
For the foundation, it's supposed to be $31,600.
You've said that enough times. You sparked my curiosity. When you say the foundation, what else did they do for you besides the foundation?
They did interior demolition, kitchen, bathroom, flooring, drywall texture, carpentry.
How much?
Granite.
Give me an idea. Was this a total fix and flip you bought, or it's a house you live in?
House I live in. It was $87,360.
And that's just for that part, right?
For the foundation part was $31,000.
Yeah, and then the interior was $87,000.
Yeah, interior, exterior, paint, gutters.
Wow, man, you put some dough in that house. Good for you. So let me ask you some basic questions. One, how's the interior? Acceptable? You don't need to do cartwheels over it, but is it acceptable?
It is.
Now, is I think I know where you're going. How about the exterior? Forget about how they did it. Is the house level?
No.
It's not level. That's a big problem. Okay. Yeah. So now that it's not level and you call them up and talk to them, what do they say?
I talked to them and said we were thinking about taking them to court, and they said we will be out there. This was February 14th. They said they will be out and take care of everything what's left structural.
And
I said, well, let me get the construction engineer's report, and then I'll let them know when I got that.
Yep.
I sent that to
What
them.
did the report say?
It's just basically what needs to be done to make it right.
Okay.
And
so they agree. The report agrees it's not been fixed.
Right. And
okay.
I sent that to them. on September 27th of last year. They said they'd be out, and then that was February 27th, and I haven't heard from them since.
And then you haven't heard anything.
Or October 27th.
Okay, hold on a second. Can you send that report over to us along with that initial estimate? And let me ask you this. I got to go to break, and then I'll come back to you, but did they actually do everything you listed? And what I'm asking is, did they do the east and west wing wall rebuilding, the piering, the trench? Did they do all of that?
No, all they did was dig the east side wall out. They put rebar, poured the dirt back, and then poured the driveway.
Oh, my goodness. All right, hold tight. 303-713-8255. One line open. We're going to try to get that contract from them, too. I want you to send both parts of that. But everybody hold tight.
The contract, yes. At help@troubleshooter.com.
Already heard back from KeyBank.
Perfect. Okay, hang on for me, and they'll come right back to you once we get that contract, okay?
Semaglutide. I'm probably not saying that right, but I'll tell you what, it's that drug everybody's been hearing about. Originally, it was for diabetics. It helps them not have to be on insulin, and it helps them lose weight, which can help them in numerous ways if you're type 2 diabetic. You know what's cool about Denver Regen? What they've done is they've hooked up with a compounding pharmacy. And let me just tell you the benefits of this. It's revolutionary. It's for chronic weight management for adults. And the weight loss isn't just a temporary solution. It's a strategic approach to managing weight over time. Now, that's kind of how they describe it. But let me give you my opinion, the layman's terms. If you don't want to exercise and lose weight, basically what it does is it makes you feel full. It makes you process your food in a different way, and it actually works. You will lose weight so fast, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it's really cool, but you need to talk to the doctors there. Here is why Denver Regen is different than anybody else out there. A lot of people right now would charge well over $1,000 for this drug. You usually take it once a week in the form of a shot. These guys will do the consultation with you. You can do it by Zoom, so it doesn't matter where you live. You could be outside of Denver, can be anywhere. You can go there in person. They'll get you the prescription if it's right for you. They will teach you how to do the shots. They'll ship everything to you or do it right there. And you can get on this stuff very quick, very quick. Here's the best part. $250 a month. Other clinics are well over $1,000, some up to $2,000 a month for the same thing. But they've made a deal with a compounding pharmacy here. It's the actual drug, and they compound it. They show you it. It includes all the materials, the doctor's visits. If you're really serious, it's the new year. Reach out to these guys, and I want you to talk to them. You're not going to find a better deal, and they're great people. We've been talking about them forever. They just got this part done. Give them a call at 720-583-1648. Call them right now. $250 a month. That's everything. 720-583-1648, or their website's so easy if you're driving down the road. DenverRegen.com. 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 Now, Joseph A. Lazara. He's an attorney I hope you never need, and I mean that. You know what he does? Criminal defense, DUI, shoplifting, assault, domestic violence, and he's the best out there. He knows all the DAs. He knows all the judges. He's respected in the community. He can either get the best deal possible if you're guilty from that DA, or if you're innocent, he can get in front of a jury and prove it to him. Write this number down. Put it in your phone right now. If you get into a snag, you're going to want it in your phone. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Now, simplyfloorsinc.com. We're trying to get Buddy Mitchell on for a question coming up, but he owns simplyfloorsinc.com with his wife, Karen. They've got the best selection around. They got a showroom at 52nd and Ward. They also have one at 470 in Quebec. They have the Proximity Mills line. Google that right now. Proximity Mills, one of the best flooring lines out there. Great value. Laminates, LVT, LVP, carpet, engineered hardwood, solid hardwood, you name it, they got it. They can also bring everything to you in your home with the color specialist and help you design your flooring. 303-731-5380, or my favorite, simplyfloorsinc.com. That's simplyfloorsinc.com. Mark Massey owns Empower Reverse Mortgage. There's people listening right now going, oh, man, I've got so much equity in my house, but I don't want to have to take out a second, and I could use the extra money maybe for my grandkids, maybe to go travel, do things I never was able to do, but now I've got the equity. How do I tap into it? Not only can you tap into it and get a check, either monthly or just a line of credit, whatever, depending on your equity position. But you can stay in that house to the day you die. But it's not right for everybody. So I want you to give Mark Massey a call and talk about your exact situation. He's going to be honest with you if it's right or not. 720-500-7719. 720-500-7719. I had to go long on that one. I did it on purpose. I've been like within 10 seconds all day, and that one I just had to talk about.
It's like close to perfection.
That's why you married him.
God, they did, man. They snagged a lot of money from her. Hey, Kelly.
Well, that's the estimate. I told her to send over the report.
Hey, Kelly.
Make sure she knows that, Kelly.
Kelly never listens.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to give you the phone number to these guys. See if they'll come on the air and talk about this.
Okay.
It's Cervantes Construction. And I'm looking at their estimate. And it just doesn't want me. It wants me to download an app and all this shit.
No, it's attached. The estimate's attached.
Give her the phone number.
A PDF.
I'm just looking for a phone number. Do I have any commercials on the long break coming?
It's 720-609-7718. And in her email, there's an attachment for her name.
Yeah, give them their name. Say,
This
hey,
is 2 years old.
this is really serious. Kelly's pretty good at getting people on.
She is. Line 1 is my follow-up. Hey, Case, I get you 100% on that. I get you 100%. But it truly is a miracle drug. They can sit down and take it. Apparently, the long-term effects aren't there. I didn't realize it's been on the market for so long, but now you can actually use it for weight loss. What's that?
You mean Ozempic?
Yeah.
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 So, but the deal is if they stay on it, they'll lose the weight and keep the weight off. Now, granted, if you get off of it, I think the weight comes back unless if you diet and exercise.
Yeah, unless you learned how to eat properly.
Yeah, but it's even if you don't eat properly, Dragon, you will lose weight on this stuff.
Correct.
All right, 303-713-8255. We got another hour to go coming up. Kind of what's going on here is Kelly is reaching out and trying to talk to the contractor. What was the name of it, Suzanne? It is Cervantes Construction, LLC. She had a bunch of work done. The interior work was $87,000, and she says that's good. That's the good news. But the problem is her house is still crooked. They said they were going to do a lot of different things to the house, and apparently they didn't do much. This part was $31,000. They were going to rebuild the east and west walls. They were going to do piering all around. I think she said every 3 feet or 6 feet. They were going to dig a trench. They were going to backfill it. But I do've got a few more questions while Kelly's trying to get them to come on air. Tammy, what did they do? We just listed what they were supposed to do. What did they do? Did they do any piering at all?
No.
None. So when they first did it, Suzanne pointed something out. How long ago was this work done?
It was February 2021, but I think they did it in March of 2021.
So if they did it in March of 2021, did it start to sink again? Was it okay at first? Why are you calling now?
No, the floor started cracking, and we thought, well, maybe we'd just bang them back together. Maybe they were just splitting. But the floor started cracking. My daughter went under to change the filter of the furnace, and she's like, Mom, you could see holes through the foundation. You could see light. And then now they did the furnace, and the furnace just went out now, and I'm having it replaced today as well.
Who did the furnace?
They did that as well.
And the furnace went out. Are they warranting the furnace?
No, they won't even answer my calls.
They won't. Okay, I think Kelly's literally on talking to him right now. Suzanne, we needed something from her.
Oh, you did not send over the report saying from the third party saying that it was not done properly. We wanted to see that report.
Okay.
And does the report actually talk about they didn't do it properly, or could this be a new problem?
This is just how it's supposed to get done.
You know what? No matter what, they should be responding to you. Hopefully, Kelly.
She spent $90,000.
Kelly, just tell me, did you talk to him? Yes or no?
I did, and
okay,
he hung
that's
up at
it.
me.
Oh my God! Why'd you tell me that? Why'd you tell me that before break? All right, I guess we're going to war. I want to know more about what they said because they didn't answer, then hang up. 303 Martino.
Hi, it's Glenn Beck. Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you want the most money, call the agent that I would call, Troy Hansford. Troy sells more houses for more money than anyone in Denver. And his secret is a unique marketing system that's proven to get his clients the most money. Troy is so confident in his system that he will make you this guarantee. He'll sell your house at your price, or he'll write you a check for $5,000. Now, here's how it works.
It's all right. We all do it.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Don't know what that is. Sounded like a robocall.
We're off the air now, right? For another 5 minutes.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Troubleshooter Show. How can I help you? This is Kelly. Oh, yeah, we've been full lines all day. Now, I do have a line open right now, so I can call your daughter. Okay, well, we can definitely reschedule for tomorrow. Like I said, we've had full lines all day, so I've hardly had any time to actually do a lot of outbounds. So would you like to...
eharmony.com, and if you scroll down, there's a link that says contact us, and when you click on that...
Tom is not in today, it's Mark.
Have you tried that?
But he's in tomorrow.
Well, yeah, don't even try calling. Go to their page, scroll down, there's a contact us, where you just put
Well,
your
I
name
would
and
be
everything.
happy to,
You
like I
send them a
said,
message.
reschedule.
Let me know if that works. If
It gets
doesn't work,
very,
we'll try
very
something else.
busy. Right, and that's why I say that the
You have my
best
phone
time
number on
to
your,
usually do
caller
any
ID?
sort of outbound calls is right when we get on in the morning at 10. Because what happens is callers will call in through the day,
Right, yeah.
and I won't
If that
have
doesn't work,
access
call
to
me.
get any more outbounds because our lines are full.
Well, call me either way. Let me know what happens.
Okay, no problem. Just let me know.
No, we don't.
Tom and Mark,
But
yes.
like I say, scroll down on the
Okay,
screen,
no problem.
Contact us.
Yeah,
and let me
you're
know
not
either
gonna
way
get
if it works or
outbounds
doesn't
today,
work, okay? All right, thanks, Donna.
So don't get mad at me.
Are you actually keeping track of what lives do?
No, I just been doing counts. I didn't know you wanted the actual. I can go back and write them down, though.
How?
I think I can. Dragon, can I go back and look at the log in the past, or once it's done, it's done?
Yeah, you got about a week to go back and look at it.
Do you want me to start doing that now for you?
Yeah, I want a
'Cause I
list
need to
of
work
all
on
of
it.
them.
Right, got it.
Do I have a live at the end of the show?
I don't think so. I think I may have moved that around for you. Hang on, let me look. No, just 45.
Okay. You know, Dak actually said, am I using that stuff? No, I'm not. But
I told him that, too.
I'm kind of on, I don't consider it a yo-yo diet, and I'll tell you why. Because I actually lasted on it for years. My heaviest, I was 230, and I got down to 190. Wow. You're talking 40 pounds, and I did it in probably 3 to 4 months, and I kept it off for years. Then I got back up to about 215, and that's the beginning, or that's like, 12 days ago, maybe 13 days ago, less than 2 weeks. I was at 215. Now I'm at 207. I will be at about 195 this time next week, and then I'll be close to that 190. Now, here's how I keep it off. It's a rigorous diet. It's very low carbs. Right now, I'm 0 carbs. I mean, my carb input right now is like nothing. I'm so far into ketosis, it's crazy.
And you're miserable.
Yeah, it's actually getting better. That first week with no carbs, they call it the keto flu. It sucks, but you melt weight off. So I'll get down to that 195, 190. Then I'll start doing an adequate diet of 50 carbs or less per day. And then you can start eating vegetables and other stuff. So that will maintain the weight for me, at least. The other way you can maintain it once you drop it is intermittent fasting. For about a year, Suzanne and I only ate once a day between, like 4 and 6. That's the only time we would consume food. And at that point, it really didn't matter. And that would keep me level too. What doesn't keep me level is fucking November and December. And then you have people that keep it going like Dragon. Dragon, you simply, I know you eat healthy, but you work out every single day religiously. Is he in there? I can't see. Oh, he's not in there.
Dragon works out every day and hasn't skipped a day in like 2 years, literally.
Dragon, you work, I was saying, I was telling people how I drop weight very quickly going into ketosis. Okay. I'll drop 30 pounds. Ooh. Well, I'll drop 25 pounds.
It's almost always better to come on directly at 10 a.m.
3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks.
Okay.
So I'll get down to 190. That's like where I like it. I mean, I'd love to be 175, but 190 is very acceptable.
Yeah.
Changes everything for me. So I'll be there in about 2 weeks. Drastically, 0 carbs. 0 carbs.
Okay.
So then to maintain that, I either do 50 carbs or less, and this all includes doing yoga once a day, an hour of exercise.
Yeah.
That I do regardless.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so, or I can do eating once a day, say intermittent fasting between 4 and 6. Suzanne and I did that for a year, and I can eat anything I want at that point, carbs, anything, and I'll still maintain that weight. But the other way to do it, to maintain, not the losing, is what you do, where you like literally do a shitload of exercising every day.
Yeah, I do at least 45 minutes a day, and I'm pretty much low carb as well, so yeah.
Yeah, the carbs are a big one, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
People don't agree. I mean, there's people out there that go, oh man, a Snickers bar is not equal to a fucking pineapple. Bullshit. If it's got the same amount of carbs it does.
Carbs turn into sugar, and sugar is not good for you. The end. Simple.
Sugar is horrible for you.
End of story.
How much did you drop again? 80?
80, 160.
Oh my God, I can't even. That's like a person, bro.
Yeah.
Do you still have like your old jeans or any of that shit?
I've got one or two shirts and 1 or 2 pairs of pants. Yeah.
They had to hang.
Everything else I threw them away because I was like, I don't want to chance it. And
so what was your heaviest?
Over 350. I don't know what it was because my scale only went up to 350.
Oh my God. And then what are you now? Or what have you maintained?
I am at 183 right now.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And you're kind of tall. That's you're probably perfect weight.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
K-How.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. Over 40 years, 303 Martino's a phone number. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. We have recouped over $300 million for folks like you, and we don't charge a penny for it. We use the power of the media to go after those making your life miserable. It's pretty straightforward like that. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. 303 Martino. You can call right now. We got 2 lines open. We'll get right on it. I've got a bunch of deputies that jump on these problems. We got Deputy Doc. We got Deputy Dollar. Who's our new deputy, Suzanne?
We haven't quite come up with a name for him, but he's in tomorrow. Excited to meet him.
Well, give me a name. Dak.
Dak for now.
He's Dak on YouTube, right?
He's Dak on YouTube.
So we're going to have him
Solid
as a deputy.
guy.
And then we have Deputy Marty, who's taking a long hiatus. He'll be back. It's just that's what we do. We fight for you guys. So maybe you're getting evicted and need some help. We help people in numerous ways, too. I mean, honestly, we help people in so many ways. It's crazy. $300 million is nothing to laugh at. That's more than a lot of smaller firms, a lot of attorneys have ever recouped. And then, of course, they get 33% if they're personal
imagine
injury.
if we got 30%.
Oh, my God. We'd be doing the show from the Cayman Islands or somewhere, right, Doc? I mean, it's really crazy. Oh, real quick, and then I'll go to the phones. We had one yesterday, Suzanne, or Kelly, the woman that called that said the hospital raped her, or was it the police? Who raped her? I forget the story. It was wild.
Yeah, it was a police officer, she claimed.
Okay, I spoke to Suze, but real quick, if that was in fact the case, she would not be bleeding for 2 weeks.
And there was no rape kit done. Nothing was done.
Well, that's beside the
So
point.
to add context, apparently she was hospitalized and arrested, so she woke up in cuffs. She says they ketamined her or whatever, the ambulance or whoever.
Well, they
she
probably
wakes
did.
up. Well, okay, fine. She wakes up to a lot of bleeding from her vaginal area. Then she gets transferred to jail, says she's still bleeding. They wouldn't do a rape kit on her. I just said to Deputy Doc, I guess she bled for 2 weeks straight. Doesn't make sense to me that you get raped. I mean, you would get raped and that would cause bleeding for that long. That's all I was saying. And Doc?
I agree.
Hey, Kelly, the one thing she kept going back to was the bleeding, though, right? Suzanne, wasn't that her main thing?
That
Then
was
why
her thing.
was I
And
bleeding?
then when she said she went to the doctor when she got out of the jail, and the doctor had confirmed there was some bruising on her, but by then I guess the bleeding had stopped or was dying down or something.
Man, well, okay. I thought we had a specific question for Doc on that.
Yeah, it was about the bleeding.
Yeah,
What would
I don't
cause bleeding?
want to get too graphic
Well,
on
don't,
the radio,
please.
but as I told Suzanne, she's right. You wouldn't have 2 weeks of bleeding from penetration.
Okay, I got you. All right, well, that's sad. You know, honestly, I think she was out of control. This is purely a thought. I mean, I don't know. The way the call sounded, and I was doing some other stuff, so I was kind of in and out of the call as Tom was taking it. But to me, it sounded like she got herself into trouble. And I mean, with the law or something, and maybe she didn't want to be arrested. Maybe she was fighting with the cops. They ended up giving her ketamine.
She assaulted another woman.
She
Yeah,
did.
I don't want to pile on here, but yeah, she may have gotten kicked or punched or something in the groin in the fight that she was in.
Yeah, and that's why the cops took her away, right?
Exactly.
And
yeah.
she was so out of control. And once again, it's an assumption that they shot her up with ketamine, which not only, here's the problem with that drug, not only does it stop them from, you know, it calms you down, maybe that's the way to put it, but on top of that, you can actually hallucinate on that. So who knows what the drug actually made her think when she woke up. And then the other question is, generally
Yeah,
people...
and not to mention she was also drunk and high. at
That's
the
what I
time.
was going to say. Most people that are that out of control are on other substances before the ketamine's even put into the mix. So she was just a mess. But don't you ever think, though, and any of you jump in here, sometimes, and I'm guilty of this, sometimes a caller will call and you think, what a nut. In fact, I'm not the best at that. I know when a nut's a nut for sure, but there's sometimes where we've heard so many people tell the same type story and we find out they're totally off base. They were drunk. Everything else is against what they're saying. I mean, everything. But occasionally one slips through the cracks. It must happen because there's TV shows on people that are thrown in jail that are there for 20 years, and then they finally get released because they have DNA evidence of someone else. I wonder if we kind of overlook stuff sometimes. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's hard after you have the same story over and over again not to have somewhat of a biased view.
Yeah, you build up a scab.
Exactly.
Yeah, like hoarders. Anytime I went out to this guy's house the other day to help him. Now, he wasn't the worst hoarder I've seen, but I mean, he was definitely a hoarder. Hoarders are like, I don't know, man. They're very strange. I just don't know how to deal with them. Then the ones that really get me, and they kind of tug at my heart in a way, are the ones that really think someone's after them. They are so convinced of it. If they had $1 million, they'd bet $1 million. They'd bet their kid's life. They're so convinced of what they think. But it is impossible in some of the times. 100% impossible. And I'll give one scenario. We had a guy named Corey. He was convinced Douglas County, Castle Rock, and the FBI or the CIA, one of them, were both flying around his house every single day, following him everywhere. It didn't matter where he was, breaking into his house at night. I mean, it's just the craziest thing. And when I actually met the guy in person, sure enough, he really believed this stuff. In fact, it was so bad, he started stalking the show. This guy broke into this building numerous times, right where I'm sitting, worked his way through. Back then, we had security at the front, and then we had badges to get in the building, and then, like we do now, then badges to go up the elevator. Some badges you could only get off on 3, some on 4. He actually got into the building and got all the way to the 4th story where we're sitting at and went into the break room. Do you guys know what he did? He made a pot of coffee. All of it's on video now. Every bit of it's on video. Wow. But the bottom line was he was off his meds. He thought Tom and I, he honest to God thought this, Tom and I would come over to his house and smoke pot with him. That's what he thought.
He believed it happened.
Oh, my God, like 10 times.
Wow.
Isn't that scary, Doc?
It is.
Did you ever see any women that were pregnant, and I say that because of what you did, that were schizophrenic?
Yeah, but we referred them out. I mean, we got them help.
Yeah, okay. God, that'd be terrifying. I mean, with all the body changes going through pregnancy,
Yep.
and meantime, you're paranoid and everything else. I mean, that could lead to complete disaster. Okay, I want to finish up, or not finish up. I want to dive back into Tammy's issue. So Tammy hired a contractor, and it's called, God, I hate this name, Cervantes Construction. They did $83,000 or $87,000 worth of work on the inside of the house, kind of gutted the kitchen, did other stuff, but they did a good job at that. But they also charged her $31,000 to fix her foundation. They said they were going to do some things like repair and rebuild the east and west wall, do piering, dig a trench, basically fix it. Now, Tammy, the one thing, and then we're going to get an update from Kelly because she called over there, but the one thing I'm still not understanding, this was all done in 2021. You're calling now. So for a while, did what they did it actually hold? Was the foundation actually fixed for a while?
I don't think it was ever fixed properly.
Then why didn't, okay, then listen, I'm not even going to say devil's advocate. I'm asking you straight up. Why, the second they were done with the job in its entirety, inside and outside, why didn't you say, hey, my house is still crooked?
I I told them several times, and they said, "Well, we'll be back," because I didn't even get the gutters on until the next year, and I had to send them pictures showing, "Hey, the water's leaking. I don't think that's good for the foundation." And then they finally came out and did the gutters, and everything just took a long time. And then
do you
I was
think
just gonna,
do you think the fact that your gutters weren't working caused the house to sink again? Here's the only place I'm held up. I just am trying to figure out if they actually fixed it, then another issue occurred. I'm not saying they're not responsible. When you fix a foundation, it should be fixed, and I assume they had some kind of warranty as well, right?
No, I don't see no warranty in the contract.
All right, Kelly, tell me, you called up Cervantes. Who answered? What did they say?
So a gentleman named Rick answered, and he said that his brother is actually the owner of the business.
Okay.
And that he knew absolutely nothing about anything. He was just kind of there to, I
Answer
don't know
the
if he's
phone.
working or doing anything like that. But there was a little bit of a language barrier, so I don't know if he fully understood that we wanted him to come on just to answer some questions, and he got flustered and hung up.
Huh. Well, I can understand why he didn't come on if he's telling even a partial truth. Did he say how we can get a hold of the brother? And have you heard of that person Kelly was just talking about?
I think his name was Jesus.
Was it Jesus? Kelly?
It was.
So do you know him? Is he actually part of the business? Was he out there?
He is. He's the brother of the Rick, and I have his number as well if you need.
Kelly talked to Rick.
No, Kelly talked to Jesus.
No, I talked to Rick.
Oh, do we have Jesus's number?
I did ask for that. He hung up on me.
But you have it, Tammy?
I do.
All right, hold on. Let me put you on hold. Give it to Kelly. Let's try to get him on. It looks like the two brothers are doing the old pointing to each other. I don't know what's going on, but let me ask you this. Hold on real quick. Hold on, Kelly. Tammy, did both of them work on the project? In other words, is Rick full of crap?
Yes.
So he knows all about it.
Yes.
And he's telling you, Kelly, he knows nothing about it.
Correct. That's what I was told.
You know what? It sounds like that movie Dumb and Dumber. You know, but maybe not. Maybe when I say stuff like that, think about it. If you have $30,000 from someone and then there's a problem and you just simply say, I don't know, wasn't me, and eventually a lot of people go away. Tammy isn't going away, and hopefully we can help Tammy out. Now, 303-713-8255. Suzanne, did we get the contract and everything else yet?
We did not get the report yet that says the work was shoddy.
Tammy, we've got to get that report from you. It's not going to stop us from trying to get Jose on the air right now, but we need to get that report. Now, Kenny, by the way, one line open, 303-713-8255. Am I running late on a break or am I okay? Yeah, okay, I got a break. Kenny has a legal question of some sort. We might be able to get an attorney on. I might be able to help him with non-legal advice. And then Andrew's got a follow-up on this Boyd Livesey, and Suzanne says it's a doozy.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Just send it in a separate email. Oh, excellent. Okay, what is his number?
What they said, because 303 Martino.
And that's 720-809-2610.
Got Compass and Genesis still. Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
You know, this morning we had on with me in studio.
Okay, hang on.
Joe Ciano, and I've known Joe forever. And what Joe does, he's a fiduciary that helps you invest money and do it the right way. But what I love is some of his products out there. So what I want to ask you, Joe, is looking forward to 2024. What are the different things people should be looking at as far as investments? And I don't care what age they are.
Yes, Mark, it's Jordan here. And
oh, Jordan,
really,
I thought it's good to talk to you, man. I thought you were your dad.
No worries, but the point is 2024. This is the year we need to be prepped for just any just any unplanned event like elections, like things that are going to come up in the future that we need our accounts to be protected. And that's what we focus on at Become the Banker. 2 products, 2 things that are simple, but they are absolutely strong, and that is our guaranteed pension account that for anybody who's looking to really just pay themselves and give themselves a gift after the holidays, there is still a 15% promotional bonus going on from a lot of these companies, which just means $100,000. If you roll that over, that's $15,000 extra.
Yeah, in your pocket.
In your pocket.
And like I was talking about this morning with Joe, some of the curious things, people don't realize the new annuities are nothing like the old ones. You could put in $125,000 right now, say you're 50 years old. Within 1 year, that account value is over $150,000. Within about 11 or 12 years, you got $500,000. You can either take that as a guaranteed paycheck of somewhere around $3,000 plus a month for the rest of your life till the day you die, guaranteed, or you could take that lump sum of over $500,000 and you had zero risk growing it.
Hello?
You're absolutely right. And there's guaranteed. You said guaranteed. That's the key. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
And there's ability to get more, but hey, who doesn't like guaranteed?
Everybody likes guaranteed.
Hey, Jordan,
you know what? I want to keep him on. Hold on. I want to keep him on. I got some questions for you a little later on during the show. So hold on, Jordan. I want to talk about how people really can roll over qualified money into an annuity and how to figure out exactly what they would get. We're going to do that in a few minutes. Now, simplyfloorsinc.com. Buddy Mitchell and Karen, man, I don't care if it's carpet, LVP, LVT, laminates, engineered hardwoods, solid hardwoods, tile. These guys have it all. They're experts. I love the fact they'll bring everything to you. Yeah, they have 2 showrooms. They have one on the southwest corner of 52nd and Ward and one right around the tech center at 470 in Quebec. But what I love is their product line, Proximity Mills. It is the most beautiful product out there. They have every different kind, whether it's a fix and flip all the way up to a $5-6 million house, all different kinds of floorings, but they'll bring the product out to you and you can shop in your house. That's how Suzanne and I used them. They came out, they did all the carpet 1 year, then they did some LVT for us in the basement. They're great guys. The pricing is unbelievable. You can shop the way you want to shop. Check them out at simplyfloorsinc.com. That's simplyfloorsinc.com. John Fuller Law, the personal approach to personal injury, and I can vouch for that. John Fuller helped Suzanne and I out in 2 different accidents. One, we got T-boned, car totaled, all the airbags, broken nose, hurt backs. It was horrible. When we got out of the situation, back from the hospital, and everything calmed down, or I should say back from the ER, we called John Fuller. He told us what to do, what not to do, held our hands, gave us his personal cell phone number, and any questions we had, we called along the way. He was the quarterback. I love this guy, John Fuller. My accident attorney can be your accident attorney at myaccidentlawyer.co. That's myaccidentlawyer.co. How about the most beautiful countertops? You realize when I talk about companies, I like John Fuller. I've used John Fuller. Simply Floors. I've used Simply Floors. And it's not a trade out. I paid these guys. Art of Granite, Mitch Floria, our countertops in the rooms that he did are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Our bathroom upstairs, in fact, we picked out sinks from him, but they come out, they laser measure, they do the template. I don't care if you're doing quartz or a synthetic or if you're doing granite like we did. They have it all. They've got a great showroom as well at I-70 in West Colfax. But what I really like about Mitch is you can take a few pictures, call him up. I'll give you the number in a second. But call him up. You'll email him a few pictures, and he will give you a price right over the phone, a great estimate over the phone. 303-386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
You know what I wanted to ask Jordan?
Hold on, Doc. Holy moly.
10 seconds.
Damn it.
Your trusted local fiduciary advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. Man, we have got a ton going on. We're going to have some updates for you tomorrow. Deputy Doc's still trying to get a hold of those hot tub clowns, right? The Aqua Living Factory outlet. These are the guys that sold a hot tub. It leaked from the very beginning. Then they sent an independent contractor out. An independent contractor said, yeah, it's damaged on the inside. Then the only excuse Aqua Living Factory's outlet gives, listen to this, the only excuse they give is the salesperson doesn't work for me anymore. They hung up on Kelly. They're just bad folks. In my opinion, they're absolutely bad folks, and we're going to continue to talk about them until we at least get some information. But if you go off of what the caller said, they absolutely suck. Aqua Living Factory outlet sucks, in my opinion. In fact, I might cut a commercial later on like that and give them free airtime. I mean, that's the kind of guy I am, a nice guy. Hey, Kenny, what's going on with you?
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man.
Good. I had a job, a CDL job, and they gave me a test that me nor my primary care doctor could find the reason why they gave it to me. It's called FEV1.
What is it? I mean, break that down.
Forced expired volume exit in 1 second. I was told it need to be 65%. And when I started,
Kenny, I'm sorry. I'm a very layman when it comes to CDL requirements. I need you to explain again. What was the name of the test?
FEV1.
FEV1. And then give me the definite. When you say a test, is it something you do online? Is it a physical test, like you go into a doctor and get a physical?
It's not a physical. They just picked me out one day and told me to go and take this test.
It says you breathe forcefully into the mouthpiece of a spirometer machine. Spirometer.
And what are they looking for? Are they looking for how well he can breathe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to, before.
But Kenny, hold on. Kenny, I promise I'll let you get into the story. But so they randomly picked you for an FEV1. So they randomly pick other people occasionally, correct?
No one has ever taken this test before.
So how is that random? They just said it was?
I had the slightest idea why they picked me.
Okay, that's fine. So you did it, and you scored a 65%?
No, sir. I had a 32% because I have asthma.
Okay.
Controlled.
Okay.
And I was told that
they wanted. Hold on. They wanted over 65%.
Yes, sir.
So what does that mean to your job?
It means that I was taken out of service. I couldn't have my CDL was taken from me because of me having asthma.
Okay. Now, can you control the asthma? Before we get into whether it's fair or unfair, is there anything you can do in your life to where you can get to that 65% pass rate?
No.
Okay.
They didn't allow you to use your inhaler?
Nope, not at this point in time. It's really hard to get to 65% if you smoke cigarettes or have asthma because you have to blow in that machine for like 8 seconds.
And you're over the road, right?
No, sir. I was locally, regional transportation district.
Yeah, I can. I've got different thoughts about this, man. It's almost like an airline pilot doing an annual, not on the aircraft, but a medical exam. I don't know what I can do for you if you don't pass it. And the requirements to have the CDL are 65, and you're blowing a 32. What do you expect us to do? What did you think we could help with?
Well, I just wanted you to hear my story.
Yeah.
Not the story, but what I have to say about it, because before you get this job, which Class B, you have to do a DOT physical, push, pull, and carry.
Yeah.
And I passed that to get the job. And I was there for like almost a year, and then they pulled this test out of the woodwork, saying that, hey, we want you to go take this test.
But Kenny, you understand. I know you understand. You're just frustrated, and I'd be frustrated too. But you understand the reason they pulled it and don't want you doing it is they think you might have some kind of health problem to where the truck is out of control and someone ends up dying, maybe you or somebody else. I mean, there's a reason these levels are there.
Like he's a liability.
Well, it's not even that. It's the law. It's the actual CDL itself. It's not the company or the insurance company. I mean, we're talking the regulations of having a CDL.
What I don't understand is if they know he has asthma, why he wasn't allowed to use his inhaler before the test.
He's saying it didn't matter.
They didn't know that I had asthma because my asthma is well controlled.
Yeah. Well, it's not, no offense, Kenny, it's not that well controlled if you're only blowing a 32.
Well, I don't have to do them but sit behind the wheel and drive the bus and pick up people. It's nothing.
Oh, man, now you just threw in a whole nother thing. You're bringing people around, man. I don't know what we can do for you. I do have a suggestion, though. I knew someone with asthma. His name was Lloyd. Was it Lloyd or Lloyd, Suzanne?
Lloyd.
So it was remarkable. He was on oxygen in Colorado. When he would go to Las Vegas for 3-4 weeks during the winter, no oxygen out. I'm not going to say he was doing cartwheels, but a totally different way. If you go down to sea level, do you think you would be able to pass that FEV1?
Yeah.
Well, do you?
Yeah, man. I know. Like I said,
do you do a lot better at sea level? Do you do a lot better at sea level breathing?
Yes, sir, I do. That's where I was born at, around the sea level. So
Maybe. Now listen to me. I'm trying to give you good advice because there's no way I'm going to get the law changed from FEV1 to 65% or to 32%. There's no way we're going to handle that, nor would I even try. What I would do if I were you, Kenny, I would look at moving back to sea level, and you could probably pass the test and be a bus driver again, man.
It's not a law. It's not in the DOT book.
What are you talking about?
So it's just the employer itself? I thought you said you lost your license.
You told me they pulled your CDL.
Yeah, after I went to work one day, and they just called me to the office, hey, man, go down to the center and take this test.
I got you.
It's not in the DOT book. It's not in the.
I understand. See, Kenny, you're fighting the wrong battle. All that's said and done.
Okay.
Tell me if I'm incorrect here, because maybe I am. If you can't blow a 65, they pull your CDL.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not. I understand your employer. Honest to God, hold on, man. Yeah. Honestly, Kenny, what I would do, and I mean this, man, I feel for you. I don't even want to get into the fairness of it, but you're hauling people around. You're blowing half of what you're supposed to be. You need to move to sea level for more than one reason, just even for more than the job. You're probably going to end up, hopefully you're not, God willing you're not, but you could end up dying in your sleep or something. A 32 sounds horrible. Doc, have you ever taken these tests? You know anything about it? That sounds like COVID levels.
Well, I just know that it's way below standard, and that what it is how much volume is transferred with each breath, basically.
Yeah, it just, Kenny, I mean, I'm not brushing you off. There's nothing I'm going to do to change these rules. You really need to look past it. I understand you feel like you were just called out, no one else was, but here's my instinct. Here's what I think happened. They noticed you having trouble breathing. That's why they called you out. They might have said it was random, but like you said, no one else has done it. They saw something wrong. Someone saw or heard something wrong, and the company didn't want the liability, so they checked on you. And sure enough, you weren't even close. And honestly, Kenny, you're hauling around people, man. You know, I feel for you, but at some point, you shouldn't be driving here. Get to sea level. All right, everybody hang tight. We got a lot coming up. I'm going to get to that update with Suzanne and Andrew on the contractor, Boyd Livesey. Terry. Oh, Terry's got a name for our new deputy. We'll talk about that. And then Tammy, hey, listen, here's where we're at. Tell Kelly. On Tammy, we have got to have that report. I need to get that report. But Kelly, did you try to reach out to Jose?
It was Jesus.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
And yes, I did.
Did he answer?
He did not. His voicemail was in Spanish, and his mailbox is full.
All right. You know what I would like? Anybody out there that can help us with translation on some of our cases, honest to God, more and more we could really use help with that. You don't got to do anything. You don't have to come into studio. But sometimes we might make you have a call and figure out what their side is, because there's certain times I don't know. For all I know, these clowns are saying, hey, we did the work. It was fine for 2 years, and then something else happened. Our warranty is 1 day. We're done with it. But we can't even get that from these folks.
Is he done with Kenny?
So get rid of,
I'm assuming.
Tammy and Kenny.
And Kelly, tell Tammy what she sent us is not a report saying the job was bad, okay?
All right, thanks for calling, Kenny. Wish we could have helped you a little bit more, but good luck. All right, bye.
A bus driver with a portable
Tammy, still haven't received that report in my email. All I've got is the one that you sent before, which was...
Hold on.
So what?
Kelly, she sent something, but all it is schematics. Tell her we can't use schematics. We need the report that says the job was not done right.
Yeah, so we need the actual report that states that the job was not performed up to par.
Home Vestors. You've seen the signs around We Buy Ugly Houses, where you're thinking, oh, yeah, if I want to sell my house and not make any money. That's not true. I'll tell you why Home Vestors is out there. If you have a house, maybe you inherited and your parents or your aunt, whoever you inherited it from, was a hoarder, and it's absolutely in the worst shape you could ever imagine. And let's say it costs $50,000 to clean up and go through a realtor and try to sell it that way. You know what? They might write you a check for the same amount after you put that money into the house. There is no reason not to give them a call. If your house is even up for sale right now, give them a call, see how much they'll give you for it. I mean, there's no contractual agreement. They're just going to tell you, yeah, we'll give you $500,000 or whatever it is. No stress, no tire kickers. They're just going to write you a check. You're going to close within a few days. I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't call them. 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER. Genesis Total Exteriors. I want to talk about Mark Szymanski again in stucco. If you have old siding on your house, they can put over most of it. They can blow this brand new stucco that's beautiful. Your house is going to be more energy efficient, and the cost of it is unbelievably low. And what's really cool is the value of the house will probably outgrow when he's done whatever you put into it. But call them up. Talk to Mark about this stuff. They also do windows, basically anything on the outside of your house. And then their commercial aspect is unbelievable. You got a commercial project, I would call Mark Szymanski and Genesis Total Exteriors. But any questions on stucco, free estimates, the whole 9 yards, 303-679-8509, 303-679-8509, or GenesisTotalExteriors.com. John Fuller Law. Here's what he did for us. He got us maximum policy limits from the at-fault driver. Not only that, the at-fault driver in one circumstance not only hit Suzanne and I, also hit another driver. So when it's a policy limit, you've got to fight for your share with the other attorney as well. And John Fuller kicked butt and got us a lot of money. I can't put it any other way. He is a personal attorney. He's going to talk to you. He's going to give you his cell phone number. He's going to answer any questions. He can even value your case. He can look at the insurance. He can look at all kinds of things, what happened, and give you a good idea of what your case is worth. But if you ended up in the ER, in the hospital, in an accident within the last couple months, or today for that matter, I want you to call John Fuller and talk to him. 303-597-4500. Suzanne and I have used them twice, one with ourselves and then our daughter when she was 17 years old, rear-ended, car totaled. Same thing, maximum policy limits. Only John Fuller can deliver. 303-597-4500. My Accident Lawyer can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co.
You have 2 house spots left.
All right, so Suze?
You have 2 house spots left, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah,
That email is the report.
God, do you see that? There's no way.
Yeah, that's what she just told me. She
I
said
can't-
that's the schematics are the report. That was the diagrams of the other construction company that gave her that to let Cervantes Construction know that they completely did it wrong.
I can't okay, well, I guess we'll have to follow up with her tomorrow and see if the guys can make sense of that report, because that's way over my pay grade and head and knowledge.
Why don't we send it to Szymanski at Eyeball?
You need to look at it first. Okay. Seriously. And you tell me this is a report? All right. It looks like schematics to me.
It is. That's what it looks like.
It's like I can't even zoom in and read the letters.
The reason for that is because they're printouts. They would not send her anything digitally. So she literally took pictures of the printouts.
Well, usually you get like a summary report. I mean, this is crazy.
I want to put that picture up again. Not right now, right after the show.
Right after the show?
Yeah, as soon as we get off air, put it up while I'm killing the other cameras and shit.
Ah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're throwing down.
All right, 10 seconds here, guys.
Got our
down in the House to talk about these hotly contested GOP primaries, and is President Trump about to lock it up in the presidential? And is that good for the party? Join us at 4.
All right, 303-713-8255. To recap real quick, Tammy, we've got to have that report. It looks like you sent it to us. I'm going to look at it after the show. I'm going to send it over to a construction expert and see what we can make of it. Now, we can free her up. Make sure, Kelly, we got all her information. We're going to check back with her. So, Suzanne, she has sent everything she can?
Yeah, that's what she says. I sent it to your email for you to look at.
All right, now tell me about this Boyd live
Okay, so to sum it up, Andrew called on Monday. Remember when Kelly was out, the snowstorm, I was doing the show for her, the call screening. Well, poor Andrew, he had some contract work done by this Boyd Livesey. It's clear in the text screenshot that he sent me that it was agreed upon that the contractor owed him a refund of X amount, $2,800-ish.
So he acknowledged it in a text.
Yes, a promise has been giving him the runaround on giving him the refund. I'll do it tomorrow. My wife is sick. I'll do it tomorrow. So finally he calls us. So I gave the Boyd a call and left him a nice message saying, hey, we're just looking to resolve this. Give us a call back. I'm assuming Andrew's calling because he hasn't heard back, but it's possible he has.
Hey, Andrew, have you heard back from Boyd?
No, I have not.
What's this guy's phone? What's his phone number?
It's down under house spots, Mark, on your screen.
Just read it out to me.
720.
Yep.
999.
Yep.
8465.
8465. So, Boyd, I want to explain something to you. And hopefully you can go back and listen to this if you're not listening to the show now, or one of your contractor friends, or one of your other people you know, maybe someone you got out of the joint with or something. I don't know your backstory. Or maybe one of your crack friends, if you have crack friends, or maybe one of your meth friends. I don't know. Once again, I'm guessing different things because you won't contact anybody, including Andrew, who you owe $2,800 to, and in a text you actually agreed with that. But here's what I want to tell you. Contractors Trust Act. Look it up, my friend. Contractors Trust Act. When you took Andrew's money, that money is to be held in trust for Andrew. You can't use it on other things. Now we've gotten a text. Did you actually see it, Suzanne?
I did.
We've got a text where you acknowledge that you used his money, or you're going to give some of his money back to the tune of $2,800. Go ahead.
Here's what the text says. Andrew, I will be by Tuesday to deliver a refund in cash for the difference of the payment you gave less the demo work I completed.
Yeah, you just screwed yourself, Boyd, because you guess what? I'm going to have Andrew call up the DA, and this one should be a slam dunk for any DA, long as they're not one of these DAs that camp out at a donut shop and don't do crap, or one like from Denver. No offense. Hopefully the Denver DAs are getting better. But here's the bottom line. You broke the Contractors Trust Act, and in your own text, you acknowledged it. It's criminal. It's criminal, man. It's criminal. You can't do it. In fact, you might end up owing Andrew 3 times the amount. And a bankruptcy won't get rid of it if we can drag your ass to court. Maybe you should move out of state, Boyd. Maybe that's where you should go, brother. 720-999-8465. If the listeners would be kind enough to give Boyd a call and just tell him to Google the Contractors Trust Act and say, Andrew needs his money back. Andrew needs his $2,800. You broke the law. It's not a simple civil matter only. You broke the law, Boyd. 720-999-8465. And if you get through to this clown, I'd love to hear about it. Andrew, we're going to stay in contact with you. I can't. I'm so sick of people. Now, here's the other thing I'm going to say.
Would this be a slam dunk, small claims?
Yeah, but big deal. Small claims is going to suck because if he gets a judgment, they can get rid of it, and he's not going to be able to find Boyd. And Boyd probably doesn't have a nickel to his name. But if he broke the law and he's facing 30 days in jail, that might get him up off his ass. Boyd. God, man, I am sick and tired of people taking money and not giving it back when they don't do something. I'm sick and tired of it.
Now,
what's that?
About small claims. Because it would be a slam dunk, right?
Yeah, to get the judgment, but that's not getting the money.
No,
if the DA gets involved, he'll get the money.
If he knows what this guy is.
You have 2 house spots left.
Tegra. Red Rock Solar, locally owned, operated, 35 plus years, combined experience. You know, these are all local guys. So when they send out a crew to install or a salesperson to give you an estimate or someone for warranty work, they do it all. There's no subcontractors. The other thing I love about these guys, if you have a commercial property right now, they are experts in getting you a solar system for up to 95% off. Colorado's got some grants, and these grants are going away really quick. But if you have an outbuilding or a commercial building, and it's some form of literally a commercial building, up to 95% off the solar system. Uncle Sam and the state of Colorado pay for it. Please call and ask. These grants locally here in Colorado are going away real quick. I want you to call up and talk to them. Just say, hey, I heard about the commercial grants. What's the deal? What do I have to do? They don't take money up front. They're an honest company. They're good people. 303-704-2449. 303-704-2449 or Red Rocks. RS.com. Euro Plumbing, how many times can I say it? If you're looking for a new water heater, a sump pump, a garbage disposal, or how about repiping the entire house with Plex, they have the guaranteed lowest pricing. Water heaters only $12.99. That includes the installation, the haul away, the flex lines for the gas, the new water supply lines. It includes everything. And these are name brand, Ream or A.O. Smith. They have garbage disposal, sump pumps, everything at the lowest price out there. That's what they specialize in, is those replacements. Check them out at europlumbingcolorado.net. You can also Google Euro Plumbing. You can go to referrallist.com or call them at 303-668-6844. Integra Insurance, man, you got about 5 days. If you haven't double-checked if you can still use the same doctor on the current health plan, or you maybe want to get something changed when it comes to Medicare, it's the only time to do it. You got about 5 days left. 25 years experience. Suzanne and I use them every single year. We reshop. We check out all the pricing. We saved a lot of money this year. IntegraInsurance.com. John Jr. and John and Day and the whole gang down there. It's a family business. They're great, great, great people. 303-466-5500 or IntegraInsurance.com. Man, I'll tell you this. I was looking around our house. Well, actually, Suzanne pointed it out. We've got 2 dogs. Of course, the kids were back for Christmas. They're out of the house most of the time. And then we had a lot of company. Our carpet looks like a war zone. And with the snow out there, the dogs track that mud in. Zero Res. Let me get to what I'm saying. ZeroResDenver.com. These guys will come out and get that carpet looking brand new. They don't use soap or emulsifiers. What they do is use empowered water. This water is unbelievable. And more importantly, in my opinion, the way they get the water out. They clean the carpet and they suck all that water out. It dries quicker. It gets rid of all that dust and dander if you have pets. But they do it all. The carpet cleaning, they can do tiling, grout, granite cleaning, mattress cleaning. I think you get the idea. How about those area rugs? A lot of people haven't cleaned those forever. It uses less water, no chemicals, carpets dry faster. They get extremely clean. In fact, if they get up a spot and it comes back in a couple days, call them up, they'll come back out and fix it. You know, the other methods are kind of fake, if you ask me. They don't last a long time. Zero Res is a real deal. ZeroResDenver.com, ZeroResDenver.com, ZeroResDenver.com.
Babe, I don't know what you want to do. If you want Kelly to put Jordan Keanu out of his holding misery, if you're going to come
Hold
back
on. All right, babe, what'd you say?
Doesn't matter. You just do you for the end.
Okay. Who should I go to? I can probably do both these, huh?
Hey, Kelly, just tell Jordan goodbye so he's not holding any longer.
They got plenty of time in that second hour. All right, let me tell you about Compass Insurance. God, they shop for us every single year. We call up Brian, he reshops. You don't even got to call them. They'll call you if you're an existing client. But they will reshop all your insurance. Maybe they put you with Progressive this year. They'll find you the same or better coverage. If it's cheaper, they'll switch you over to that company. But my point is they shop every year up to 30, even 30-plus companies. They do anything you can imagine with insurance. Oh, well, except for health insurance. But I don't care if it's for your house, if it's for your car, if it's for your business. These guys will shop all the high-rated insurance companies, get you the best policy. And the other reason to call them is they can pull and see what your house is actually valued at now. Because if you have a total loss and you're underinsured, man, you could be in deep, deep doo-doo. Check them out, CompassInsurance.com, CompassInsurance.com. And someone wanted to know what company does the stucco. Genesis Total Exteriors. I don't have their number up, but these guys, anything on the exteriors, you got to check them out. Genesis is great. They can do stucco. They can do hardy siding. They can do any kind of siding. They can do doors. They can paint your house. In fact, they painted our house out in Franktown. And they did it about 3 years ago. It looks like they did it yesterday. And they sent out a color expert to help Suzanne pick out the paint. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Now, interestingly enough, we have a new deputy. I called him Deputy Dak because on YouTube, by the way, go to YouTube. You can see that picture right after the show in a few minutes of Tom and myself going back to 1995-ish. And it is crazy. You won't recognize either of us. That was in a cyber cafe I own, one of the first cyber cafes, if not the first, in Denver Metro. But the picture is crazy. I look like I'm a teenager. And I'm probably, what, Suzanne, in that 20...
About 24 or so is what I guessed.
24, no kids, all that.
And then Tom looks like a porn star from the 70s.
Tom, wait till you see the stash on him. But if you go to youtube.com, type in Troubleshooter Network, everybody out there, youtube.com, Troubleshooter Network. And if you watch the show that way, I have a feeling you're really going to like it. But we have a new deputy, and then someone called in. We're trying to find a name for him. And someone called in and has a name for the new deputy. So I'm going to ask real quick, first of all, why do you have a name for the new deputy, Terry? Do you know the new deputy?
No, I don't.
Oh, what's the new name? What is it? What is it?
Hickory Dickory Dak.
Oh, Hickory Dickory Dak. That's not too bad, Terry. We're going to put that, we're going to write that down. I appreciate that. Folks, listen, 303-713-8255. We'll be back tomorrow. My name's Marc Mager, and this is the Troubleshooter Network.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. Leland Conway is next on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
How about this plumb crazy match made in heaven? Buy a new Carrier AC and get a new Carrier furnace free. A deal for any budget. Only from Plumline Services and Carrier. Turn to the experts. From Castle Rock to Longmont, Plumline's been earning our trust since '98 with a spirit of excellence. Service at home, servants at heart. Schedule online. No phone call, no hassle, no wait. PlumlineServices.com. That's PlumlineServices.com.
President Biden's son, Hunter, will face tax charges in a Los Angeles courtroom tomorrow. The younger Biden is accused of failing to pay nearly $1.5 million in taxes from 2016 through 2020. Among the charges are 6 misdemeanors and 3 felonies, including tax evasion and filing a false tax return. There will be only 2 candidates on the stage for tonight's Republican presidential primary debate, alongside former President Trump. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley were the only candidates to qualify for the debate in Des Moines, Iowa. Trump has chosen to skip the event, opting instead to take part in a Fox News town hall. Anti-Semitism is skyrocketing in the United States since the October 7th Hamas attacks on Israel. That's according to the Anti-Defamation League, which tracked more than 3,200 anti-Semitic incidents since the attack up until January 7th. Over 1,300 incidents are described as rallies that involve anti-Semitic or anti-Zionist rhetoric. I'm Brad Siegel.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In California, emergency crews working to rescue victims trapped following an avalanche at Lake Tahoe's Palisades Ski Resort.
It's unclear how big the avalanche was, but Palisades Tahoe, formerly Squaw Valley Ski Resort, confirms an avalanche did occur and searches are underway. Both sides of the mountain are closed. Heavy snow has been falling in the area. He was apparently in bounds of the ski resort. Ambulances have responded, and there are reports of skiers being trapped under snow.
ABC's Alex Stone. Hunter Biden making a surprise appearance today at the House Oversight Committee hearing. It comes as the Judiciary Committee is also weighing a resolution to hold Biden in contempt for defying a subpoena last month to sit for a deposition over his business dealings. Hunter Biden says he wants to testify publicly. In